Another beautiful morning in Calgary. It is day 6 of our coverage here at the Tim Hortons Brier on TSN. All the action of our curling coverage here, Season of Champions at Wynn Sport Arena just west of downtown Calgary. As our feature this morning, it is a good one. Saskatchewan, Matt Dunstone, team wildcard number 2, and Kevin Cooey. We're going to turn back the clock and turn back the highlights. And how about Wayne Middaugh back at the Brier for the first time since 2013. You know the story with the injury to Glenn Howard. He is in, he is skipping this team, and he has been brilliant, Kathy.
Well, he's got a really tough shot here. Jim Potter's spinal stone over-curled, giving an opening, a chance to tap for 2. Made no mistake.
Wayne Middaugh and his wildcard team winning both their games on the last stone yesterday in the morning draw. The great double to beat Mike McEwen. That win versus BC as the 3-time Brier champ is putting on a show. Just one loss thus far. Other scores, Brad Jacobs, the Brier winner 2013, 7-5 over Alberta. And there you see Howard, that exciting win, 4-3 over Laycock, as Middaugh has been playing very well. Jason Gunlickson, Manitoba, still perfect, undefeated, beating James Grattan 8-4, and the Northwest Territories. And Skokie, his first win, 9-5 over Yukon. So that championship round, it really is moving day starting today. We'll get a clearer picture of the playoffs. Top 4 from each pool will move on to the championship round of 8, and you see 2 teams are still undefeated. Coming inside Wynn Sport Arena, glad you're watching our coverage on TSN. Brian Mudryk joined by Kathy Gauthier. Kathy, I'm always excited to work with you, but today has that little extra sizzle, doesn't it?
It sure does. Today I'm excited to work with you. But these are 2 of the best teams in the field. So much talk about Gushue as the reigning champion, but Cooey and Matt Dunstone both at the top of their games this early. It'll be a barn burner. So
let's begin with the wildcard team in Kevin Cooey. In his 8 previous Brier appearances, he's made 6 finals. He's won 4 of them, and then what does he do? Add John Morris, who's won pretty much everything.
But there were still question marks. The question mark was around how does he fit into an established team? Does BJ Neufeld feel comfortable moving down in terms of not being in the house? Can John play his role? Not only has he played his role, BJ has played his role. No one is better in the house, in this country, or even in the world than John Morris.
Matt Dunstone comes in with so much confidence. Bronze last year in Kingston. Similar story. What does he do? Adds Kirk Myers to his team, and Kirk has fit right in as well.
Well, he has another interesting story of taking the competition away for sure. But for Kirk Myers, he is playing in a position that he is not necessarily the most familiar with. Again, embracing the role and committing to this team 100%.
Kevin Cooey chasing down his 5th Brier title all time. Saskatchewan hasn't won since Rick Folk back in 1980, but this Dunstone team is rolling. We are set. Should be a beauty in Calgary this morning. First Rock next on TSN.
The 2021 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you in part by OK Tire and BKT Tires, by Home Hardware, Here's How, by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada, and by Tim Hortons. Get your Tim's run without the run. Order delivery today through the Tim Hortons app.
If we can just roll with the punches, keep our composure out there, that's what it takes. You don't get many opportunities against the best teams. It's making the big shots, the hard shots at the most important times. I think that's all we need.
We're kind of just getting started with this all, and it's been a fun little ride with these guys so far. We all have this belief that we can do it, and we know we can do it. It's just a matter of showing it now, and it's going to be very easy to get the competitive juices flowing, and looking forward to it.
We are also very much looking forward to it. A little bit of sizzle in this feature as 2 of the favorites going head-to-head. Matt Dunstone trying to make that championship round. It is time to meet the teams, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Out of the Wadena Remax Curling Club, Matt Dunstone, your skip, Braden Muscowie, Kirk Myers, and Dustin Kidby. Team wildcard number 2 out of the Glencoe Club right here in Calgary. Your skip, Kevin Cooey, BJ Neufeld, John Morris, and Ben Hebert. Always critical, that draw to the button to earn hammer this morning, and that was won by Team Kevin Cooey. So it will be Cooey, the Yellowstones, Matt Dunstone, Saskatchewan, the Redstones, and the lead for Team Saskatchewan is Dustin Kidby, making his third Brier appearance, winning that bronze last year in Kingston with this team. He played with Adam Casey out of Saskatchewan back in 2017 in St. John's, a 5-6 record. This team, 1 year later, a lot of confidence. They bring in Kirk Myers. He's fit in seamlessly on this team, much like what we talked about in the opener, Kathy Gauthier. John Morris, the new addition for Team Wildcard. And both these teams, when you look at the standings, I feel a critical head-to-head battle because you take your wins with you, and the head-to-head component, who wins, so critical when you talk about the top three that make the playoffs.
Well, it is. In previous years, there was really very little difference between finishing first or second, other than hammer in that 1 versus 2 page game. But with the change this year, and it may come down to head-to-head to determine who gets that bye to the final, and being in the final and playing one less game in a field that is this deep is huge.
Get it tight, BJ's.
Not surprised at Ben's numbers. In his 13th Brier appearance, a 4-time Brier champion is Hebert. I still remember, made his Brier debut 2005 with Pat Simmons in Edmonton. He had the frosted tips. And Benny has been one of the better front-end players in the world since coming on the scene back in 2005.
Well, both teams sending a very strong message to each other that they are not planning on wasting any time and going right after each other right away, which is wonderful for all of us watching these two Titans take on each other this morning.
Looks really hard.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's in. It's a T-line.
Higher the better, I think.
For sure T, isn't it?
It's like top 8.
For sure for T.
Just never, yeah.
Top 8,
top 4.
Top 8.
Yeah. More separation.
Yes,
there,
that's
right?
all we got.
Hey, there's.
Shot, bud.
Fun. You got that, Matty?
Yeah.
Out turn?
Yeah, out turn for sure.
Okay, it's like 3/4.
Normal? Normal.
Thin 3/4.
Yeah.
Little down.
Hard.
Whoa. Down normal,
Whoa,
if anything.
Whoa.
Oh, beach,
Whoa,
beach. It's nose. We don't want to guard that one.
Hard. Hard, right to it. Whoa, 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 right to it, whoa. right to it. No, no, no.
Little flip in front of the Redstone for Ben Hebert. Had a chat with Kevin Cooey last night, Kathy, before this game, and he feels this team, you know, feels pretty lucky with actually the amount of time they've gotten to play. They got in 4 events in October and November. They were able to practice as well. Obviously brought John Morris on board, which has been huge. They played in those few games, only lost, he said, 4 games, all in playoff games. They lost a few finals. He said about 22 games they got in, and then Alberta was hit pretty hard in November. But he said, Rust, no excuse on this team. They had BJ come in from Manitoba, trained at the Glencoe in Calgary. Oh, boy. Tough one from Kirk Myers early. And he said Rust should not be a factor on this team. There's no excuse for Rust. He says, yeah, I've missed a few shots, some big weight shots. Kevin saying I usually make, but I think the record speaks for itself, at least so far.
You like that?
Yeah, as long as we're not, he'll probably freeze if we're back, T, but that's not the end of the world.
How do you make this now?
I like the draw.
Me too.
Yeah, my first thought was the runner, actually.
Okay, you need to be T-line, or he's just coming off that, right?
Maybe the runner. What if we're top 12? It's pretty good.
Let's make this.
Okay,
I like that, Kev.
Yeah.
I think that one of the challenges this morning is for both teams is overthinking.
It's normal air.
Normal.
We're on second stones, and that overthinking comes from complete respect for your opponent and wanting to make sure things aren't set up for them to score multiple points.
Yep.
Hard. Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep. Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Go, 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 go.
And we saw some decision making already by the team from Alberta. For Saskatchewan, I think that the key for today are a couple of things. One of them is limiting multiple points. You're playing against the team that is the best at the field in that. And starting strong, Dustin is 7% lower than Ben in terms of lead. So getting his rocks in the best position put a lot of pressure on Ben Hebert.
Okay.
That's a shot, for sure.
Hack.
Hack weight. Yep.
Hey, buddy. Gotta get some sense here, boys. Hack weight.
Yep, hack weight, Kirk. You can believe that, Broom. It'll come.
Whoa.
Little big.
Good.
No,
That's really
can't.
bad.
Jesus, Kirk. Let's try and do this.
No, no.
Okay.
Well, just a little bit of nerves maybe this morning, but for Alberta, well, we talked already about Ben Hebert, and striking early, in my opinion, is one of the keys for Kevin Cooey. It is at the lead position where there is the biggest difference between these two teams. And to be a better reader, we've talked about John Morris's ability in the house to not only read angles, but to make those split-second decisions that determine the outcome and points.
Keys to the game brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere.
Top eight. Line's
Wait's
good.
good. Wait's there. Wait's there. Wait's there.
Clean.
Wait's there, guys. Little heavy right now.
Clean.
Just
Little
top
heavy
four.
right now.
Clean, Benny.
Doesn't look heavy.
Doesn't need
Hey,
to
it's
curl.
still there, guys.
Doesn't need to
Well,
curl.
your keys for the game right now for Team Wildcard, bang on. Look at the pressure early with Hammer here in the first end.
I don't have much of a. I'm going to save my voice here. It's all kept. Okay?
Hey, you do you, bro.
3/4 low.
So this is trying to run things back and open it up, get rid of some of those yellow stones.
Braden Miscowie clips the yellow, and that's a nice shot to get two moving.
Nice shot, buddy.
Job. Good sweep.
He gets rid of one. The other thing he does is he rolls his stone to a center. The way things are looking, they may need to utilize a draw and hide it from Kevin Cooey on their last stone. So he's got something to work with as a center guard.
Guys,
hate
if
this.
he makes a double, we get a deuce.
I don't mind that either. Might set up the triple, though.
Okay,
Johnny, you go tight.
So this is where Ben's guard was. I think to get over there, this is close.
You got to be.
I don't want to give you less.
You definitely need less to get over there.
I'd say an inch. Yeah. Just
Hey,
outside,
Beach.
just outside center.
2 feet more than regular.
Well, there was a response in the hack from BJ that to me speaks volumes about his knowledge of Kevin Cooey and how they operate, having won a national championship together. Could he have taken an inch less ice? Yes. But he is going with what Kevin has asked and not creating extra discussion and extra doubt.
You're never heavy.
Go, Johnny.
Sixth Brier appearance for BJ Neufeld, and he won that Brier with Cooey in Brandon in 2019. Nice draw weight and wildcard line 3 with Hammer here in 1.
I like that, boys.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a shade soft of it.
Yeah.
I wanted to get some curl.
Yeah.
Just a little shrapnel out here.
Here, bud.
Right on the edge, Matty.
To make the double, you likely lose your shooter. In fact, you inevitably will. But at this point, it is about making a couple of stones go away.
Yep. Whoa. Hard. Yep. Can't leave it. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Braden Miscowie, 1, 2, back-to-back doubles.
Beauty, buddy.
Great shot.
Way to get me out of there, bud.
Great scrubs, Kirk.
Good pair, bud.
Well, you hear the appreciation from Kirk Myers for Braden. What a great start. Opened it up on his first, double on his second. Talked about losing the shooter, but still looks way better than it did a couple of minutes ago.
Miscowie's got good vibes in Calgary. He was the 2011 Canadian Junior champion this seating, and he beat Matt Cam in Calgary in that final. Him and Kirk Myers were teammates in winning that junior title in Calgary.
Here's the best. Does not need a curl.
They've thrown a bunch. They threw their interns. Is that okay?
So as mentioned, Kathy, it's a big morning on this Wednesday at the Brier as we get closer to determining the top 4 in each pool. Really is a must-win here for Mike Fournier. Already 3 losses. You bring them with you. And for John Epping, I would call it a scrappy Brier so far. A lot of scrappy games. They've gutted it out. And look at that, 4-1 record coming in.
Well, it did appear that he is already lying 1. This is the draw for 2.
All you got.
And we just mentioned Matt Cam. He's on the right, who lost in that junior final in Calgary to Miscowie.
Oh.
Brent Lang, part of that front end as well.
Okay, Johnny.
Here, Ryan Fry saying, all right, Johnny, good draw weight. And a good start for Team Ontario. 2-0 after 1.
Okay, so let's talk about that one I just thought.
So lots of separation between those Alberta Stones, and they were the wild card team from Alberta, I should be clear. And this is the attempted double by Matt. Will not stick the shooter, but he is not prepared to leave those two Stones alone.
Chatted with Matt last night. Kathy, so excited for this opportunity.
Real hard.
National TV taking on one of the best teams in the field. And ends up in this first end. There's one. He'll drive it by. Removes the one yellow stone.
Good shot.
Felt kind of picky.
Nice shot, Matt.
Shoot.
You know, you mentioned the story about him bringing Kirk on the team.
Yeah.
Remember a couple of years ago,
Just kind of felt sharp in my hand, like kind of picky.
he had to take on Kirk Myers in a provincial playdown. He beat Kirk with a last shot win at the provincials to get to Kingston. Played in 3 elimination games along the way there as well. That was in Melville, Saskatchewan, and now a teammate. I like it.
Out there, I gotta get.
No, I like this, Kev. Just outside 8.
Sometimes you got to bring in that competition on your team to get a little better.
I'd say that's
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I think that's hit real thin. I don't know, man.
Good.
This is fine.
Give me the
This is what he wants to throw.
Yeah, 6 beach.
You're throw the same as draw the button.
I
I
like
think.
this. I threw in practice.
Sure.
Those two were nice.
Sure.
Remember?
Yeah.
I think you throw the same as draw the button.
Yeah, top 4.
Yeah, I'd say if anything, it's not quite that fast.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you.
Is that minimum?
I think that should be good.
Kevin Cooey looking to go around, and then decision will have to be made by Matt Dunstone. If it is completely buried, do you hit the open one and concede the 2, or do you chase?
A little bit early. A little bit early if you
Top
can.
8. Top 8. Never heavy.
Hard early.
Line
Kevin
check.
is one of the 2 players for the wild card team that did do the draw for the button.
Take the run double away,
It's
Johnny.
almost T-line.
Oh, it's tight. Not you, Benny. Not you.
Well, it's all there, guys.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
beach,
Off, beat.
No freeze. No freeze.
Never.
Off.
Attaboy, Kev. Beauty.
Attaboy, too.
Very nice.
Shot. Shot, Kev.
He's in some pretty elite company for a number of reasons when you look at Kevin Cooey and his performances at the Brier. Ernie Richardson, Kevin Martin,
Make sure you get
Randy
the
Furby,
kind of
Kevin Cooey as skips, all with 4 Brier titles.
Hey, buddy.
So for Matt Dunstone, we'll eliminate the second shot stone, minimize the damage.
In his 3rd Brier appearance, had such a great junior career. Bronze in Kingston, 8-5 record last year, trying to get back on the podium again.
Shot, Matty.
As he'll lose the shooter, and it will be the draw for 2
Throws, Matt.
for Kevin Cooey. And you tip your cap to Braden Muscowie in this end. If not for 2 run-back doubles that he made, it could have been a little bit worse for Team Saskatchewan.
Completely agree. And that is what a great player does. When somebody struggles in front of you, you pick up the pieces and try to pull them back together.
I had this rock maybe being a shade straighter. So
Same throw,
Exact
you're
same
clean.
Well, leading the field in hammer efficiency, and here is another great example of creating the opportunity to score 2.
We're pretty good, Kevin.
You're good.
It was part of your Kashmir keys to the game. Get a good start and capitalize, and a chance here. Final stone, first stand, Kevin Cooey, team wildcard, and a chance for 2.
Nice judge, fellas. Nice boy, Kev.
Neufeld Hebert on the brush. John Morris second stones, but he will be the guy in the house
Give you a little bit.
with the broom down in our feature as the team from Calgary.
How'd you guys find this? A little heavier.
Truly is a beautiful facility here at Canada Olympic Park, Winsport Arena, site of this year's Tim Hortons Brier. As the season of champions continues here, we have the Scotties, and next up the home hardware
Line is
Canadian
perfect.
Mixed Doubles Curling
Line is
Championships.
perfect.
That begins on
Just get it tight. Line's really good.
Thursday, next Thursday. So
Line's
we're looking
really
forward
good.
to that as well.
Get it tight, Beads. You got to go.
In our feature, it is Team Wildcard Kevin Cooey picking up 2 in the first. So here in the second, it is Matt Dunstone throwing the Red Stones with hammer.
Hard. Yep. Good sweeping, boys.
Good shot.
Really good.
Yeah.
All right,
Straight
Deuce.
wrapper, Deuce.
Take a little more ice with this stone, maybe. Let's go, bud.
Let's go, buddy.
We hear a lot of talk about Stones. Teams have had the opportunity now to have played with the number. You will see fifths and coaches with binoculars pretty regularly watching what other top teams are throwing and in which order they're throwing them.
Top 12, top 8.
Use that as a bit of a guide to determine which stones you will throw.
Weight's good.
Hard line. Gotta go.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
Top 8.
This is your spot right here. Just in on this line.
Easy now, easy now.
Nicely done. Well, that opening 2 in the first end by Kevin Cooey in this wild card team is not a surprise. If you take a look at the numbers, points for Kevin Cooey, 9.2 a game. That is the highest in the field by very far. Against, they do allow a little bit more than Matt does, but just remarkable. That is a lot of points scored, which does lead into that hammer efficiency. Scoring 2 or more when you have it, well, they're the best at it.
Just sew it up. Right in the hole.
It's interesting, too, Kathy, how the lineup changes on both these teams impacted each other. And chatting with Kevin Cooey last night,
Don't throw the line.
you know, had nothing but respect for Colton Flash, and it worked out for both teams. Colton, they ended up winning a Brier championship together. And Kevin said if we wanted to compete and win at the highest levels, the trials, the Brier, etc., we needed to go after a player like a John Morris. And it was Ben Hebert who sent the message to John. And John said there was only a few situations that he would kind of come back and play competitively again. He's got a young family now. He lives in Canmore, just west of Calgary. And this was certainly the situation. And then for Colton Flash, this Dunstone team knew that Flash would come back to Saskatchewan, and they kind of had to wait and see where he would end up. And then it was that conversation with Kirk Myers and getting Kirk now on board. And it was tough for Kirk because he played with his brother Dallin for many years. He had to really think about it, and then getting Kirk on this team. So it was interesting how those moves impacted each other.
Hard, boys!
Hard.
Great shot, Kirky. That a boy.
Beauty.
Nice rebound in the second end for Kirk Myers.
Well, that sure is. For Kirk, it'll just settle him right down. He is such a good player and was not happy with either throw in the first end, but runs it back, removes that stone, rolls it out. Well done.
So last time we checked in on John Epping, it was a nice draw as he picked up 2, as Mike Fournier out of Quebec trying to answer.
Well, Mike has an opportunity for 2. The Ontario stone is visible. Trying to tap it for 2.
Go.
Got to get by.
He does. The tap and 2 on the board. C'est bon. Nice shot.
Look at you.
So they're tied up at 2.
Jeff, you mom.
Yeah, Matt said Kirk has played in all the big games in multiple positions, including skip, and he feels having this guy on the team now creates a makeup of a team that can compete with all the top teams, and that's kind of what Cooey was talking about, having a team they feel can compete at the highest level and beat anybody.
You know, and I do think that, you know, for people that are sitting at home, sometimes you question when teams change that are very successful and wonder why are they switching up. We saw that with Jennifer Jones in the past, Rachel Holman in the past, and with these 2 teams. But these teams are not content to stay where they are. They're always looking for an edge, whether it's better sweeping, whether it's different ways of throwing, whether it's the chemistry that you bring to the team. Do you need somebody that brings energy? All of those combined make great teams. And sometimes you have 4 brilliant players, but if there's no chemistry, it just won't work at the highest level when the chips get down.
Hey, you're on a widest
That's what Matt said too about Catlin Schneider. He said, great guy, great player. It's not personal. It's just what you got to do, what you feel is best for your team.
Just for weight. Line's good, guys.
Weight's good.
Little bit of room still.
Get a room.
Okay, Benny.
No, don't kill the weight. Don't kill the weight. Line's good. Right to the top button.
Hard.
Just for line.
Yeah, we're going for weight. Hard. Keep going.
Hard.
Good job, Beach. Good job, Benny. Hey, you just confused me because you switched with me, but then you took my...
Just wanted to get in there. I'm a little strong.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Well, nothing easy for Braden Muscowie this morning. Had 2 tough shots in the first. Now trying to play the run back and nut it so it's perfectly buried.
Yes!
Well, he's come to play, hasn't he?
Wonderful.
Hack. Yeah, I like the hack. Hack weight. Whew. It's good though. He rolls. We can draw now.
Still really good.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's minimum ice.
Our draws that we took here, we're running.
Yeah, I think that's...
Well, Kathy, it's a critical day and morning for a lot of teams, including the defending champs in Brad Gushue. He's taking on PEI and Eddie McKenzie, and it is Tyler Smith that is skipping this morning for PEI as Eddie McKenzie is on the bench. And a critical game for Gushue. You see the 2 losses. You do not want to fall to that 3rd loss.
And a pretty tough draw for Tyler. This is not a new position for him. A long time skip in the junior men's Canadian Championship.
Line's good.
Looking for the button.
Yeah, go Ryan.
Over the last 5 years, it's been
Put it
either
on the T-line,
Gushue
guys.
or Cooey
Hard, right?
capturing that Brier
Line's
tankard.
great. Curl. Curl.
Both teams trying to get back to that championship round.
Curl. T-line.
Got to curl up a little bit more for Shotstone. What a draw. Good for a single. Nice job, kid. Well done. Awesome draw weight out of Tyler Smith.
I didn't think it was that light. Yeah.
Line's really good. No, just let it work.
Well, very nice soft shot here
Right to back 4.
on our sheet.
Go ahead.
But for Matt Dunstone with last rock, not really worried about hitting out in the wings, trying to bury one better.
Shot.
Yes, I'm only 98 today. Sorry, guys. It's really poked it hard.
Never know what's good for you, to be honest.
And Braden's comment, just knowing that that's just a little bit
He's
too
got to go
deep.
back to it, and then we replace it.
Exactly,
So.
and if he doesn't make anything good, you just never know.
I like it, Kev.
What do you think in top 4?
Nice here.
Middle of...
So we'll keep you up to date all morning long
That's what I was taking
as
for the draw.
Greg Smith, Newfoundland Labrador, 3-1 over Nunavut. You just saw the update on Sheet C and on Sheet A as well. So some close games thus far.
Freezing it, Kev? Okay, top button.
If we freeze, he's just going around. Then I got to make a run back. Make him play the hard shot.
Okay.
It's an option if the line's not great, but if the line's good, T-line.
Okay, I like it.
14-7 on mine, 14 seconds on Braden's.
Yeah,
So
same as you've been throwing, Coop.
Yeah, exactly.
It speaks to the quick ice conditions. What it also speaks to is when you have super keen ice, as it is here, so many rocks that are requiring a lot of brushing because you're throwing to your brushers, not throwing to the house.
Good.
And we've talked about the physical fitness coming in. They've all taken the time while things have been closed down in their basement or the garage working out, but the brushing action itself is something different.
Where are you? Talk to
T-line.
Benny, you're in. Benny, you're in.
It's got to curl, Ben.
Yeah, gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta go for line.
Gotta go.
Gotta go for line.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta
Keep
go.
going.
Every inch, Benny.
Keep going. Keep going hard.
Okay, good
Spot, Coop. Attaboy, buddy.
Yeah, we mentioned this Alberta team. They got a
Kevin,
provincial government exemption and practiced a few weeks before the Brier. And as we talked about, they feel pretty lucky that they got the reps in, and there shouldn't be any rust here.
Well, there's rust in not playing a huge season, but this is a lot of games back to back to back to back to back.
Freeze us. So.
You just got to make it good.
I think you just throw draw weight and sweep her in.
Right there.
Can we take a little less?
Yeah.
Like, no one's been sweeping it in here, so.
How's that?
I think so. You good with that?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think your speed will change at all.
No.
It's,
High 14s.
yep, that's exactly.
Matt now lives in Kamloops, BC. I asked him about the pandemic and how he handled things. He said he got to golf a lot, which was a lot of fun, and bought a house with his girlfriend, Erin, who we saw at the Scotties with British Columbia.
Trying to get there so that if they have the opportunity to run that back, there could be multiple points depending on what Kevin Cooey does. So trying to get to the inside so that a run back moves the Yellowstone out and doesn't risk jamming on their back one.
Matt said they were able to curl Kathy till around November, and then the 3 months in limbo where a lot of players didn't know what was going to happen. He played in a couple events, won them both. They were Saskatchewan-based events in Regina and Prince Albert. Actually did play Colton Flash, he said, in Colton's new team.
T-line. T-line, back 4.
Let it work, let it work.
It's got to curl up a little bit, little rub.
Pretty good.
Good shot.
Need to curl another inch.
Yeah, I was calling a little heavy.
Not sure who shot. I think it is still Team Wildcard.
Oh, no, sorry. I was actually calling a little light.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was seeing T on it.
Pretty good, I think.
I do think you're right that Yellowstone is that little bit closer.
If I get it all the
For
way
the first time this month. I'm right.
Well, if you go here, though, the only thing I guess if he hammers that.
No, he's playing this for 3.
So I think we want to stay on the red. Stay on the red. But it's almost the same.
Shade level.
I think it's the same line you just had.
No, that's.
Get it and catch on this one for 3, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like a dragger.
That's why I'm saying you just want to get half.
You want to get to right there.
Yeah.
I think that's max. Because that was gradual. Yeah, I mean, we swept it hard to get to there.
Yeah.
We're by the guard by a mile. Like, I'd rather get all the way into here.
Okay.
And make him make that than to keep this high side,
Okay.
right?
So I gave you here.
And you saw what his just did, right? He was there. And
throws a little different.
I know. I think there. I'll get out to it. I'm never worried about it getting by.
Okay. You got her, buddy.
Well, Kevin Cooey sees for sure what Matt Dunstone is plotting. This is a bit of a mind game for sure, knowing about that run back. So trying to get to the inside.
Yeah, if you're top 8 foot right in line with it's really good too, right?
Just on the inside. So for Matt, if he makes this run back, he's going to lose that one as well.
1 foot
Yeah,
less.
I don't want to give him more.
1 foot less.
Well, that weight's good.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of discussion about the shot. The discussion is where to put the broom. Kevin did not get the finish that he wanted. Doesn't want to take the exact same ice as Matt because they throw differently, so a little bit less.
We can sweep it.
Well, then.
Top 12, top 8.
Hard line.
Gotta go beach.
Weight's good. Line's good.
Top 12, top 8.
Hard then.
Weight's good.
Top 8. We're there. Weight's there.
Line's good.
We're all there.
Top button. Top button.
Small bump. Small bump.
Top button.
Whoa!
Small bump
No!
still.
No, for lying. No, curl.
Good, Kev.
Good shot, Kev.
It's good, Kev.
Very nice.
Jeez.
He wanted that little extra finish to get to the inside.
A little less sweeping. They thought it was top 12, top 8. If they wait just that little bit more, it curls that little bit more and it doesn't bump.
Ducey's came honking in there good.
It goes in there.
If I'm on the guard, I'm crossing.
Yeah, I agree. But there's nothing there anyways if we're not shot, so.
How's that look?
That looks really good. I think you can throw the same weight here.
Yep, I agree.
It's hard to tell. You heard Braden say, even if we're not shot, there's not a lot of other options. That run back doesn't do you any good and risks moving your own out.
I think I'm same speed out here.
Yeah, we were thinking it just hasn't been swept quite as much.
Yeah. So give you a few feet more.
So the out-turn draw here, Kathy, and a little tap for 2.
Be a blank after that.
I think aim for 2 feet more, Matty.
Maybe a broom more, Moss.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Kind of looks red, no?
Let's go make her.
Side button, boy.
I thought it was yellow, and then there was the tap, but
So for Matt, this is about getting to the Tim Hortons button, and for sure, the audible will be if it's getting the big swing and they can tap it back just an inch, it would be for 2.
the two-time Canadian junior champion, he won one in Alberta, Fort McMurray, back in 2013.
Let it work a bit.
Yeah, we can let it
And
wait.
then
It's really good.
Pretty rare to come back, and 3 years later, won again in junior in 2016, Stratford, Ontario.
Weight's good. Put it on the tee.
Final stone on the way here in 2. By the guard, no problem. Will this curl up enough? Has to curl up hard.
Touch it.
Oh, they were hoping it would eclipse the yellow at the very least, and now who's shot?
I haven't looked. I honestly haven't looked.
Deuce has the best eyes.
I think it's red.
Jeez, good try. Really good. I got 14-3.
Well, John Morris says that the opponent has the best eyes, who immediately says it's red.
Well, yeah, you're Dustin Kidby. I'd say it's red too.
Good for Dustin.
I did too. 14-3 I got.
And they're going to put a stick to it.
It was same speed.
Where did it end up? Just back over, just probably half of that.
I wouldn't mail it in. It's close. It's probably red, but I wouldn't mail it in. At this point, you're going for the old tie.
The tie. That's what we need. Give us the tie, Dennis. We'll take the blank here. Yeah, we'll take the blank.
Oh, it's you guys.
Referring to it, the Scotties, where there were about 6 measures that went around and around, and they could not determine by the micrometer who was in fact shot. They declared it a tie, but not this time.
You're right, Dustin Kidby. He's got the young eyes, so it was a single for Team Saskatchewan. Kevin Cooey leads and has hammer when we come back to Calgary. Back in Calgary at the Brier for the first time since 2015. At the Saddle Dome that year. This year, Winsport Arena under the curling bubble. And after a measurement, it was indeed 1 for Saskatchewan. So it is Team Wildcard Kevin Cooey, a 2-1 advantage here with lead stones on the way in 3. And this one from Dustin Kidby.
Come on.
Well, there's a very, very, very long guard.
I know it seems simple, but you hate to have that one behind the tee now.
I don't mind the tick shot now.
Or we go out, turn around. There's no hole.
Tick shot and roll in.
Watch that path, Beach. Out.
Now, this is a shot that we have not seen all week. Going way wide out there to the center for sure. But because that guard is so long at the hog line, for Ben to touch that stone at all, he was going to be on the center line side. So trying to utilize that. Concern for Cooey is that stone is on the tee line or just a little bit back.
Get ready, Beach.
Let it curl.
Top 8.
Whoa.
Yeah, hard done.
Almost tee line.
Yep. Whoa, Beach. Whoa, it's buried. Whoa, it's buried.
Hard. Toss.
Boy, Bennett.
I thought that tick shot and roll in is juice.
Yeah, and I don't think. I think edge of 12 will draw you to that one he's got there.
Mentioned that Brier and Calgary back in 2015.
Edge 12, about 14.
Kirk Myers won a bronze medal that year with Steve Laycock in his 6th Brier appearance this year. Last time we saw him, he was skipping Saskatchewan in Brandon in 2019, a 5-6 record that year.
Wait only. Line's close.
Got room. Okay. Like to sweep it a bit.
Line's close.
No.
Braden. Whoa.
Top 8.
Close. Whoa.
Top 8. Let it walk.
Yeah, takes a while out there before it starts to make its movement.
Nope.
We're going to be
maybe.
No.
Girl.
That's a good one.
Really good, Kirk.
Nice.
Boy. Sweeping, boys.
Yeah, buddy.
Little pass here, Maddie.
Yeah, I bet.
No, I don't think we can.
Update time, Newfoundland Labrador, Greg Smith taking on the team from the Iqaluit Curling Club in Nunavut. And skip stones, courtesy Peter Mackey.
And it is the Newfoundland Labrador stone that is shot at the back of the forefoot. For Peter trying to come down to the face of that stone. If he touches it at all, potential for 2.
In his sit-down interview at the beginning of the week, Peter taking a lot of pride in representing the North and was going to give it all he had to try and get a win for Nunavut this week. Not to be on that particular shot, and he's down by 3.
Yeah, keep going for keep going.
Okay, good spot. Just didn't want to put it in the top of the button there.
Yeah, that's fine.
That came down a lot.
It's a good spot.
And they're good.
Yeah. Yeah, get right into here.
Yeah. Like
Well,
Johnny
Matt
got
has
there
that
easy,
run
so-
double teed up, but he's going to save that for later.
I think so.
Yep.
Give you the same
14-8 on your first.
Yeah, same weight. Let's take middle of 12, I think.
Broom
That's
left.
too much ice, guys.
Gonna line it up again.
That's still too much. Like, we just had edge of 12 and we didn't touch it
He
to
thought
there.
I was back.
I had Juicy here in the first end and got to here.
No, he didn't. He got to edge of 4.
he did.
He got to right here. So,
Yeah, I agree, guys.
Okay.
I got an idea.
Trust
here.
it.
Yeah. Same weight. Yeah.
Not questioning the call, just concerned about ice because it does stay there for a long time before it makes its move.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. Good.
Room.
Good.
Wait
Line's
on
good.
you guys.
Line's good.
Top 4.
Too
Weight's
much
good.
line.
Weight's good. Really good weight.
Yeah.
Clean.
We got no handle here.
Line's perfect.
Line's good.
Room.
Whoa.
Weight's perfect.
Whoa.
No.
Weight's
Whoa.
perfect, guys.
No rotation on that handle. It's lofting, which in one way is really good for Saskatchewan because that got more finish than if you'd had any rotation. You cannot follow that stone.
Not a kid.
Nice sweeping.
Yeah, Myers the magician on that shot.
Yeah.
So one of the keys on arena ice is extra rotation because the handle does want to come off. There it loses it. So while you'll see it turning, it's almost like it's wafting and drifting, and you get a lot more curl. Any rotation to follow that stone will not get that finish.
And that's what you hear, right? Soft releases on this ice. You hear
I
that
like
all the
the
time
peel
from
for now.
our analysts.
I don't mind the freezing there either.
He's not just guarding.
I'm not sure what guard to peel, Beach.
First, that would be the high one.
He's going to play like
All low.
cross that
Double
yellow and
R's
just get
off.
behind.
Let's check in on Sheet C. John Epping, a bronze medalist a few years back at the Brier, trying to get back to the podium in a 2-2 tie with Mike Fournier and Team Quebec.
Well, pressure by Quebec. This and it is a double for John Epping that he needs to make, facing 2.
On and off, and now off, and the oh man, just misses, clipping it top 4.
1 yellow.
A steal of 1 as Quebec leads 3-2. It really is a must-win for Mike Fournier. If you don't have a record above 500, you don't even qualify for a tiebreaker to get into that round of 8. So it's a big day here at the Brier.
Then you're going to have an easier shot at this.
I don't mind throwing in here because it's a pretty easy run back for you if I can get it even close.
Well, if you ever
The only thing is, like, it's quite. There's a good chance that I touch this red with D-line. And how does that look for us if I touch it and roll in and don't unlock the back too?
You don't even have to unlock it. You just got to get to the
Unlocking it would be
What do you
really
think, man? I mean, I just think that this is the easiest shot we're going to have at this. Like,
Okay, let's do it.
will you?
Yeah, peel safer one up, but I'm okay with it too, Kev.
What are we doing?
I like the peel. They like the freeze bump.
Okay.
Okay, Johnny, let's make it.
You only need a couple more feet.
Yeah. Johnny, you're close to the same weight, man. I didn't sweep that at all.
So similar weight.
Little
Weight's
late.
good.
A lot of connections to that 2015
freeze.
Brier
Just
in
freeze.
Calgary.
Oh,
John Morris
freeze.
winning that year
Okay, we're just freezing.
with Pat Simmons.
Whoa.
Remember, they switched up positions, a 10-4 record, and battled their way to that Tanker
Hard, I
championship.
hear you. Hard. Keep going. Hard.
Big scrub. Wanted to unlock it a little bit, and they will.
Shooter.
It's pretty good.
That's the objective, was to unlock that back stone.
Did you get 14-3 too? We got him in some heat.
Shot, John.
John.
Hard.
Bumping.
Hard. I hear you. Hard.
John
Keep
Morris
going.
might be the
Hard,
good luck charm around Calgary.
Nice try, John.
And it's interesting, Kevin has asked John to stick around to talk strategy. This is the real clear definition of roles right now. So instead of having BJ, who's about to throw, discuss what the options are, he keeps John down there.
Clean.
Back eight.
Whoa, no.
Still back 8.
Clean.
Still back 8, Maddie.
Back 12.
Yep.
Back 12.
Whoa, off then.
Back line to back 12.
Off our red, yes. No, just let it work.
Back 12 here still, Maddie.
We're going to be in a good pocket here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's a good shot. Really good shot.
And that is shot stone
Beauty,
now.
bud. Real good.
Team wild card for sure.
Really good, really good.
I think that's what you're looking
Yeah,
for.
it's really good.
The one he just threw.
Yeah, and both kills both
He
of
plays
them.
this.
not good for us right now.
Why?
Okay, you'll see.
I'm really liking this.
Okay.
Like, you peel that, I think he's just hammering this.
Okay.
T-line, you get to nose or a shade low and just wiggle this.
Okay.
So I like it.
T-line weight.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Even if you just draw in here.
Yeah, T-line weight, Beach.
T-line.
Yeah.
This is a great example of two teams that love a lot of rocks and play, but are also very respectful of what each other can do. All the other sheets are almost at skip stones in 4, and the time clock, Brian, could very likely be an issue in this game.
Yep, John.
Whoa.
Yeah, gotta go.
We've heard that story before with the seat of the fast, haven't we?
Come on, John.
Hard, guys.
Stay down.
Come on.
He's trying to throw T-line, needed to bump things around.
Okay. Tough one, Beach.
The problem is if you look at red to yellow, if that stone goes, that stone just thrown by BJ that is locked on that yellow stone essentially acts as a guard, will be really tough for wild card team to get it out.
I think you're throwing almost the same weight.
Yeah, I'll try and throw same. We'll sweep it to back line.
Pretty much dead nose.
It's the same broom too, right?
Same shot.
Yeah. Same throw, guys.
So you hit that one, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. All of a sudden you're lying 2. And this now that you just thrown there, because they're locked, essentially acts as a guard and no way to get to the 2 stones immediately that could be red and buried.
Too much.
Weight's pretty close.
Easy, dude. Talk to me.
Back 12.
Oh, no.
Back line.
Off.
Back 12, back line.
Close,
no, same weight, same weight.
We're just through the rings,
No,
Matty.
no.
Needed to get it to
Just
the
through the
face
ring.
of that stone.
Whoa, no.
Close.
No,
Yep.
never.
Yep.
No.
It's got to curl up a bit. There's the tap.
Right there. Real good.
Pretty good.
Beauty.
Pretty good, boys.
Peel the guard, Beach.
What's that?
Straight peel. 100%. Out turn peel. Yep.
Well, you gotta throw the out turn.
Hey, Beach, throw a good one here.
Well, there's nothing on one side.
It's like, you don't see that very often. Every rock in play and every rock on the right side of the ice surface on your TV screen. At least for now, with BJ Neufeld delivering.
Just trying to open it up.
Straight peel, and he delivers.
Try, Beach.
Yeah.
That in? Like, giving out deuce here is not. I think we got to
Ever
try
in
and
half
make
a rock
something.
on this, does that squirt over there?
Yeah, this will get under.
That's good then.
Not sure if it's good.
And then we're either making this one, we'll probably make this double.
I think you're going to make the back double, and if you could squirt that in and just kind of create a stagger,
Yeah.
that might be
Like if
good.
we can push this into here somewhere.
I don't know how far it'll go. You see anything else, Braden?
Throw a ripper and hit a quarter.
Yeah. I don't think it drags enough to touch the 2. And if it does, it's going tick boom.
Yeah. Might just like plant here, which is
Yeah.
okay, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Well, got to make sure we move that over because it's a pocket
What
for
do you
him.
think? Is that the right shot, Deuce?
I think we gotta try and give it a go.
Out turn missile.
What about
I'm just like, what?
take a time here?
No, I don't think
Like, is there anything here?
Like, just what if we throw that with board and just get
that
this
was
into
my
here?
thinking, yeah. And it opens it up for you, maybe.
We'll still have that.
Yeah.
Like if we just nose it with
That's
board,
what I'm
hack
thinking.
weight,
Push that over there.
stay in front of them, get this into here.
If you only hit half stone, I'm not sure how much it comes over. And it's gotta be
If an option is to hit this one really thin onto the red.
The worst.
Lot of discussions in this third end on both
We just gotta
sides.
Be careful we don't want to push that angle. Kill that angle right with the 1.
And with so many rocks, you make one mistake.
I don't think I'm too worried about that.
I think that's good if our
Like if it does push it to here and it
Yeah, it
gets
might
to
not be
here,
bad.
it cues it up nice for
Yeah.
us. I think that's a shot.
I
It's nosing
agree.
with board.
Yeah.
Kirk was starting to wander
I like that.
Just
down
board.
the ice.
Yep. Right on hair high, eh?
Yeah, hair high, nose. Yeah.
Well, they've talked about a number of shots. They were talking about a missile on the outside reds. But boy, you have to be really careful because you've got one red in the back of the forefoot. This is about changing angles, and I don't believe he'll be throwing a missile. This should be quieter weight.
A lot of rocks in play. Skip Stones here in 3. The first from Matt Dunstone.
Good board.
Clean.
Nice board.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Ah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard.
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 Quiet weight.
Good shot.
A little tap. It is shot stone still belonging to Team Wildcard with hammer here in 3.
Want that? Just freeze it, actually. It's probably the shot.
Well, this is
Not very good, I don't think.
I don't think so, no. Good throw, man.
always coming in off this, right?
Freezing.
Like with
what?
any weight.
You don't get second shot.
You can.
I mean, even if I'm on this.
You only have to.
The problem is he's coming off ours into the back of his. We can never get it out.
Like that, right? I mean, I don't know who's got these two.
Why don't we throw like the
whole ball game on
T-line?
Like I don't want to hit this to where.
I don't think that's super
right?
easy.
Like even if I'm here.
And it might even be poking out a bit.
And he's playing that, and we have a shot for 2.
So corner freeze.
I'll throw that 6 rock. Probably
onto the yellow. They feel that Matt will play the hit and roll off his own behind.
Well, I drew basically to here and 1 with the wide path. Like we were. I could freeze and be second, right?
So when you look at this, Skip, we mentioned it, 8 Brier appearances, this his 9th. And all time, you look at the wins, the losses, the winning percentage. He is 3rd all time coming into this Brier. The 3rd best winning percentage in Brier history. 4 titles, looking for number 5 this year. It's remarkable.
Well, it is remarkable when you think about the strength of field when you're playing in a Brier. In a nutshell, it means that for every 4 games he plays, he wins 3. And that's a lot.
Light on that one.
No, you're pretty good.
Yeah, I got light.
Just top one.
That was a great run, one of his 4 Brier titles. Remember back in 2010, Halifax, the first team to come out of that 3-4 page playoff game to win a championship.
Line's good.
Come on, Beach.
Has to be there.
Guys, it's sliding.
Go. Yeah, we gotta go. Come on, Beach.
Go, line's great.
Hard, Beach. Dig.
Right up,
Go,
right up,
go,
right
go,
up.
go,
Get
go.
it in
Keep
there.
going.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Good spot, Kev. Very good. Shot, Beach.
Good spot.
Get it into the crotch, you sit 2, and he's got to drop it down. Is it 2/3? Yep, 2/3.
So looking to hammer that Yellowstone on the right, Kathy, and come in. There you go.
2/3.
2/3 is perfect.
I think I'm taking middle stone here, Mosk.
Think this is coming right down the sheet?
I think we can even take a hair
This is a huge game changer, potentially.
Right down the sheet.
Throw and peel.
All right, sheet C quickly, update time. And you see the Yellowstones around the 12 foot. I believe line 3 is Mike Fournier. So regardless, it is a draw for a single here for John Epping as he delivers the intern draw to try pick up 1.
And while he doesn't have to be very deep, full 12 will do it. When you're facing 3 or 4 and you've just given up a steal, this is a must-make point.
Line's good.
We showed you that graphic, Kevin Cooey coming into this Brier, the 3rd best winning percentage all time. The guy on the left there, Brett Lang, number 1 in that department. And 1 on the board as Epping Fournier tied up at 3. In the meantime, back to our feature. Final stone for Matt Dunstone without hammer.
Hard, buddy.
Kirk Myers, big scrub. Bang the yellow, roll it across, and that is shot stone right now. Team Saskatchewan.
Very nice.
Pretty good. Might be good. I don't know what happens when they do that. I think he gets 3, doesn't he? Yeah, that's brutal.
Well, that's as best as that he could have done, is to roll it in there.
Just need to be a hair thicker. Roll a hair flatter. It's unmissable.
3 ball.
Yep. Oh, that's too bad.
Well, the potential for the 3 still has to make it.
Wow.
Right, Johnny. You're right, John.
No.
Hit what you can see.
Hit what you can see.
Yeah, this is going to come off pretty dead, eh?
Might get lucky.
This one.
Maybe just one.
Yeah, it's only going to probably push us to here. I think if you whip it here.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
You got to throw it 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Well, he's the guy that can
he
do
can,
it.
yeah.
Very nice.
Check.
Well, I'm not even trying to. Beach, come here.
Oh, taking way too much time.
Hammer the
There
yellow
you go.
one,
That's going to be an issue.
Sure it
the
is.
third end.
Oh, yeah. You got to throw a bullet and you got to
I
the yellow.
just-
I think we scored 2 or 3.
The angle's good. I just don't.
Give you an example in sheet C. They're already playing in 5.
John, I hear you. Okay, just
Yeah,
tell
I
me
think-
what that does. Tell me what this does. Does it come off this
We got to
hard,
hit the
or
one
does
of
it
ours
lose
just
so
by
much
the
off
4 foot
this?
as thick as we can.
What are you
If we do,
looking
we
at?
get 2 or 3.
Pounding that.
But I mean, you can only see a third of it.
You're hitting,
Oh.
you're hitting a solid third of it, just 2.
I don't love that.
It pushes.
My thought was to hit this, what you can see this.
No, I don't. It's one
Yeah.
of the 2.
Yeah, I don't like the other one. The other one, I think you're losing too much energy.
You can only see a third of it.
And so there's a really interesting.
I'm not sure how it works, but just don't
There's
worry
a
about
calls
it.
down,
Let's get going.
BJ, because 2 of the options. One of them is this one. You hit that as hard as you can. These can go. The other is playing out in the wing. And John was selling one, and you heard at one point Kevin was just like, okay, I got it. So he understood what John was selling, but he wanted another view. And BJ was very clear on what he likes. So trying to get to as much of the Yellowstone, it is that positive reinforcement of one shot. So for Kevin Cooey, you can see the Yellowstone can't touch the red, needs to clip as much of the yellow as he can.
This is what he told me last night. These are the shots that he wanted to shore up on and improve on. The big weight shot. Final stone in 3. Pick it. Spinning reds.
Right, Scoo? 3
So
times,
good.
baby.
2 for sure.
3.
I think it's 3.
Oh, for sure it is 3.
Yeah.
Well, they did say that you needed to be able to throw a rocket, and we talked about that, Brian. There is no one better. I know Gunner throws big weight, but look at the precision.
And it's interesting, Kathy, in the conversation with him last night, he said that's actually the shot he struggled with a bit, at least here in Calgary. So I think he's worked that out.
Play fast. Play fast.
The big weight rocket, and it comes through for Team Wildcard as they lead 5-1. There is 25-year-old skip, Team Saskatchewan, Matt Dunstone, curling this year out of the Wadena Remax Curling Club. And always a lot of great fan support. Obviously no fans in the building, the cutout store here, and a lot of those Saskatchewan Rider Pride colors. Well, this is an interesting story. We've told it a few times about curling in Wadena. Wadena is northeast of Regina, about a 2-hour drive plus. So the young guy on the right, that is Dustin McCush. He lives in Wadena. He's just at a juniors. He curls as well. He sent a text to Matt right after they were announced as the team in Saskatchewan. He said, hey, do you want to come and use our ice? And Saskatchewan at the time had only about 10 clubs open in the whole province. And you know the rest of the story. So the whole team, they actually took COVID tests. They made sure that they were safe. They went to Wadena. And the gentleman on the left as well was also huge in supporting getting this done. That's Scott Comfort. He works for Remax, helped get the ice plant on for them. So the guys had a routine. They had a house up there. A guy who lives in Texas, it's his hunting home. So they got that house. As you see, there's a lot of fans cheering on Team Dunstone and Wadena. And the rest is history. They went up there, and Matt called it sort of like a curling fantasy camp. This is their routine. They had the keys to the rink, right? The ice was made beautifully by Dustin. He said they had like 5 feet of curl. It was fast. It was wonderful. They would get up, watch the morning Scotties draw. They'd go to the rink. They would curl, and they would prepare. And as the story goes, people found out in Wadena. It's a small town. I'm from a small town of 800 people in Alberta. I get it. And they fell in love with this team. He said, man, there was like deliveries of food coming every night. We had smoked chicken. We had steak. We had potatoes. They were spoiled beyond belief.
Yeah, let's go with
and
this.
they will never forget the town of Wadena, which is pretty fantastic. So you know they have a lot of support from that community.
That is a wonderful story. You know, years ago, the 2 consistent things that you saw in rural Canada, especially in the West, were grain elevators and curling clubs. And unfortunately, most of those grain elevators are gone. But there is a strong sense of community, and the curling clubs are a hub for a lot of that.
And Kathy, there's another twist to the story that is like Hollywood stuff. It's unbelievable. So Matt found out the other morning he has family connections to Wadena. Keep in mind, he's a Manitoba boy, and he now lives in BC. So you got an email from his grandma's sister. So as the story goes, his great-great-grandfather left England and moved to Wadena, and his name was Charlie Mold. This was back in the late 1800s. Apparently Charlie was in trouble with the law as a youngster. Got on the boat, came over, worked on a farm in Wadena, later on was drafted and went into the military to the Army. So Matt said, how crazy is that? Like, he didn't even know about Wadena. And I always think about the singer out of Saskatchewan, Jess Moskaluk. She's got a song called Map Dot, and that is a dot on the map that this team will never forget. And Matt says, listen, if we happen to win this whole thing, we're going back to Wadena, and we are going to party like crazy with the Tankard Trophy.
Good sweeping.
Just laid her down a little.
Yeah.
15.5.
Like that.
Right on the nose, Beach.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, you got it.
Couple of options. They can go around, and Barry already lying shot, or you run the guard back. And keeping in mind that with that 3, it is a 5-1 game, 4 points up for Team Cooey. The one thing that they do need to do is accelerate their pace of play and decision making.
Oh.
Yep.
Hard!
Hard, John. Okay, not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Benny, I didn't have my gripper. You should have. Sorry, I should have switched with you. You would have had a better.
This run would be pretty nice.
So who's this character? It's not a relative of Goche. That is Bernie the Blue Devil. And yeah, the Wadena Composite School Blue Devil. So that's their team mascot. And you know, you see a lot of green out of Saskatchewan. But yeah, Bernie's here, and he's obviously cheering on the Dunstone team.
We have some very different fans in the crowd this year.
Right now,
yeah, I don't mind that. We can't take away everything.
I don't mind this draw.
What's that?
Intern draw.
I don't mind this draw because at least he might be moving some of his.
I think you got to bury it.
That's pretty good.
Right into here?
Bury it to the spot where you can hit this and come into it if he freezes. Like back 4, back 8.
Like in here?
Yeah, so you can hit it on the nose and make the double if he freezes.
Get too deep, he's sloshing.
Well,
but I know. I'm just.
I like this draw, Matty. I like your thinking there.
If he misses it, 3 balls on. That's all we can do. Like, we need a miss.
Yeah. Let's get one in there. Let's go. I think we'll go that back 4.
Maybe a little less than last.
So you ideally would like to be at about 20 minutes at the half so that you've got time in the second half. You're given 38 minutes to start with.
Good line.
I like it.
Team Wildcard already under 20 and 22 minutes, and so it is important for shot selection. But at some point, both teams have to make the decision to pick up the pace. Easier for Cooey to do that up 4, less so for Matt Dunstone and his team, but it's something they need to be cognizant of.
Hard. Keep going, Juice.
Come on, a little more.
Keep going.
Nice shot.
Good shot.
I know. It's edge 8, and it wasn't even edge 8, and it's
But this far inside it.
Can we go under it all?
No.
Okay, let's do it.
That's good.
Hit the stick, Beach.
Hack
Just
weight.
hit the stick anywhere is good.
That looks like ice for the low roll.
Throw a good one.
Good.
You have to think, too, that big end, obviously, in 3,
Heavy
they're up
hack.
by 4. That you kind of just got to defer to Kevin at this point and bank some time, right? Make the shots, correct?
I agree.
Whoa. Clean.
No.
Whoa,
John. Hard, John. Right to it. That's it.
It's a ton of weight. Heavy board.
Okay.
Well, he did stick around
Is it
for
us, John?
second, and that was key.
It's us? Okay, works.
The defending champs, Brad Gushu. I'll never forget that Brier in St. John's where he won his first.
Pretty
the crowd
special.
was electric, and we certainly missed the fans this year as we check in a 1-1 tie, taking on Eddie McKenzie. And just a reminder, if you haven't joined us yet this morning, it is Tyler Smith that is skipping PEI this morning, and Eddie McKenzie is on the bench.
Well, tough draw. It looks as though this is the force.
Throwing a bit early.
Line's fine.
Needs 4 foot.
Line's fine.
And this is a great example of where it doesn't matter
15-1.
what your record is. When you come to the Brier, you come to play. So no edge given by PEI this morning. There's your force, your single.
One.
So one, nice to the Tim Hortons button in our feature. You saw the nice little tap back, and
good end.
It is Dunstone line one.
The top one, that one's wide open. We can play the roll.
So shade low, eh?
Yeah.
You got her, buddy.
He'll want to throw that one, I think.
7?
It probably doesn't matter. He's just throwing
Give me the
both.
7.
Yeah.
So what we've learned already this morning is that Kevin Cooey is throwing the 6 and 7 rock. The 6, he believes, curls more, so he saves those. Usually for draws, we'll get a little bit of extra finish. This is the run double.
Does the nose make it the other way, or that jams?
No, but it's real close.
Nose jams.
The nose does jam. Would put red back onto red directly.
Skip stones in 4, the first from the two-time world champ, Kevin Cooey.
Hard! Hard! Take the shooter.
And he'll pick the one red off. Shooter is rolling to the right of your screen.
Very nice. Good shot.
Make this roll now.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Shot, Kev. Okay, that's a broom last or so.
I was aggressive to you, like, so.
Same line, Braden.
I think that's good. I fight 4 is good, yep.
Tap open.
You can be full 8 too.
Guys.
Yep. Speed's good here yet, Matty.
Fighting 4 to full 8, boys.
Yep.
High 14s.
High 14s, yep.
Mentioned Matt, 25 years of age, and he's got such a bright future in curling. It was Manitoba's Kerry Burtnick, the youngest skip to ever win a Brier. That was way back in 1981 in Halifax.
I remember that.
Kerry was 22 years and 4 months of age when he won the tankard. I think I was 2 years old.
I was not.
Not to, you know.
Now, the future is bright in Manitoba in terms of coming up with some great juniors. And Braden Calvert and Matt Dunstone really led a number of years where teams would do so well at Canadians and Worlds, and that inspired a lot of other juniors to play and to be better.
They went 4 in a row, didn't they? Because Matt staggered his.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the year that he didn't go, he lost the final to Braden.
Hard! Gotta go, gotta go,
And some Jacques Gauthier kid won it
He did.
last year in a Worlds.
Beauty, buddy. Nice weight.
Good job, Matty. Nice spot, Matty.
I just can't believe it.
So just to give you an example of how slow our game is going, literally this is the final stone in 5 already on sheet C right next door. And a lot of rocks in play around the button. And you can see it is John Epping really applying the pressure here to Team Quebec.
Well, the stone at the top of the button is John's final stone. He's looking up at the screen to the side, trying to figure out if Mike Fournier goes around the stone, if he can even get to shot.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
But no other way in.
Yeah. Whoa.
You can hear the familiar voice of Martin Crête, who is calling line in the house, the third for Mike Fournier.
Hard, Jeff.
Trying to use their yellow stone to bounce in.
2.
And it is a steal of 2. So Ontario up 5-3 on sheet C.
Good bars here, RB.
And Cooey just trying to play the hit and roll in.
And he will, and he is top 4, and he is shot stone without hammer here in 4.
Just great weight for that shot. And when you have the brushing that team does in front of them, the ability to hold stones.
Just to the half.
Half?
Yeah, I think it's got to be
Watch
half.
the great brushing at the end. Well, this isn't a great example of it, but earlier on when he let it go, just brush so hard to keep it straight so that as it gets to the house, it gets that soft finish.
This is
So a little hack weight shot on his own red stone for 2.
2/3 makes it.
Does just want to make sure that the shooter doesn't roll too far.
Well, we mentioned the town of Wadena. Their town slogan is where big dreams grow. And certainly for this team, trying to continue that momentum, get to that championship round. A lot of fan support, you know, that 2.5-hour drive northeast of Regina on Highway 35, that small town lot of support. And a lot of eyeballs on this young man as he's got a tough shot here in 4. Needs to pick up 2 and try to get back in this game. Final stone in 4.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard, Kirk. Hard, boys. Go, buddy. Hard. Still got it. Gotta go.
Kidby and Kirk, all they got. Kirk Myers, Dustin Kidby tap it. And they don't move it enough, and it will be a steal of 1 for Team Wildcard. Tough shot for Matt Dunstone. Just not his morning here at Winsport Arena. The one thing that this Team Wildcard talked about being out of the Glencoe Club in Calgary, Kathy, is that fan support. And having a Brier in their hometown and missing the fans and getting excited for those big shots, as a lot of the curlers are missing the fans, as are we. But Kevin Cooey looking very good here in our feature versus Team Saskatchewan, a 6-1 advantage. As Matt Dunstone will have to find a way to generate some offense here in the 5th end.
Well, he did last end, Brian, with his first shot burying really well. The potential was there to score 2 when Kevin Cooey made the roll under. It was a short little run, but sometimes the risk of not rolling too far just led him to underthrow that final stone just that little bit, and the steal.
Great spot, Deucey. Great spot, Deuce. Attaboy.
Nice shot, Deuce.
Same way.
Sorry, man. I should have let you keep that broom. I was just scared with how Beach is around down there. Like, one goal.
Okay, same way.
Top 8, top 4.
I got really good.
Good clean.
I didn't think that one was heavy, guys. Hard, John, you gotta go. Yep, really gotta go. You for sure have to go on this one. Head down.
Come on, guys.
Head down. Let's go. Hard all the way in.
Fully in.
Keep going.
Hard, John.
Keep going.
Hard, John.
Good sweep, boys.
Great sweep from BJ Neufeld, John Morris.
Yeah, that's
his knuckles.
Bleeding?
Discussion?
I thought that was
Who's bleeding?
Tyler Smith is skipping Prince Edward Island this morning as Eddie McKenzie on the bench. And taking on the defending champ, Brad Gushu, comes in with that 3-2 record, does not want to afford dropping to a 3rd loss, but this young man is giving Gushu a game this morning.
Well, we've talked about him before, Brian. Just so experienced at a national level, not a Brier, mind you, but I think in the absence of fans, this very much feels not much different than a Canadian juniors. Lots of family in that case in the crowd, but he's very comfortable out here this morning, making a big draw and keeping this game very, very tight.
Sean Ledgerwood and Ryan Lowry and Aaron Bartling on the ice and in a 2-2 tie with the defending champs.
Back 4.
And this guy has had so much success in curling, and especially in Calgary. In his 3 Brier wins, Kathy, 2 of them coming in Calgary, the most recent in 2015. He won 2 Canadian juniors, one of them also in Calgary, so I'm not really surprised that he settled in Canmore
Nice weight, John.
at the start of the Rocky Mountains here, just west of Winsport Arena, just outside of Banff.
Well, that will not make him very happy. We're trying to make sure that they're not leaving Matt Dunstone guards just a little bit overthrown.
No, under this one first.
Yep.
Oh, boys.
Speed's good here, eh?
Yeah. Just a few feet more than you gave us last time. It's great.
Good to see this guy as well at the Home Hardware Canadian Mixed Doubles Curling Championship.
Good line.
Great success
Good,
with Laura
yeah.
Walker.
Line's pretty nice. Good line.
They won gold in 2018 in
Little
Leduc
tight
at the
now.
Canadians, a bronze in 2019,
Back
and then a
four.
bronze at the Worlds in Sweden that year in 2018
right
as
to
we
that.
take a live look over on Sheet D, Newfoundland Labrador taking on the team from Nunavut and Peter Mackey.
Well, just given the turn that he's playing, I think what he's trying to do is just move the redstone that is currently shot about an inch or 2 sideways. That would bring his other stone into play for 2.
Not a curl. Nadeau. Nadeau. Nadeau.
And that would be Jeff Nadeau
All right, Nadeau.
and Greg Howard and Jeff Choen on this team.
Missed it.
They're trying to get him to carve it over, and it will be a steal for Greg Smith. Greg Smith, by the way, still battling in 1v1 on SportsCenter for one of the top plays.
I love that shot there around the horn. It was a huge gap in space. If you haven't seen it, make sure you watch.
TSN.ca, you can check it out. You can vote, better yet, if you want to.
I love it when our sport gets on there and competes against hockey and all kinds of other things.
Good, though. Line's good.
Top 8. Hard line.
Trying to utilize those corner guards. Find a way to score two.
Can't leave it.
Really got to go, boys.
A little light, too. Can't leave it. Okay, wait.
Top 12.
Keep
Top
going.
8.
Keep going. Okay, we'll. Shit.
Shoot. Good try, Kirk. Okay. That's okay.
Doors is good. We're going to roll in.
Ah, shoot. Hey, buddy.
Nose is good.
Control.
It's interesting, Kath. We've mentioned the fans a few times in talking with both Kevin and Matt. They say once you get on the ice, once you start throwing, it feels like a Brier. The intensity is there, and Kevin pointed to the game that they had against Gushu,
really hard.
And he said those are the games where Johnny Moe always seems to elevate his game, and John Morris had a great game against Gushu in their win.
All you need to do is look at the back of any of your teammates and see your provincial crest on it, and it reminds you very quickly how fortunate you are to be representing the province where you come from, or territory.
If you've got a knuckle bandage, I'll get you. Oh, we're good. Oh, you want it? I know.
Good chance this year. Could be the first year, you never know, that a wild card team wins the Brier. Hasn't happened yet.
Too much.
Yeah, that's close.
Wait, it'll be close, but don't wanna.
No, line's good.
Can't right now.
That's some pretty strong numbers for Braden Muscowie.
Let it work. Let it work.
Let it work.
Let it work.
Back 4.
Let it work.
We're back 8.
Yep, go ahead, Kirk. Yep. Yep.
Go, buddy. You're on it.
Hard.
Hard, buddy.
Hard.
Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa.
Keep going.
The veteran.
Nice shot, bud.
Good call.
Was trying to freeze on front, but a great call to make sure it didn't just tick and sit open, but buried behind its third shot rather, but still something that can be utilized.
In turn.
Remember, BJ was on the Mike McEwen team that lost that Olympic trials final in Ottawa to Kevin Cooey.
Clean,
That
clean.
was an exciting, dramatic game back at our nation's capital. I asked Cooey about that in getting to the Olympics, and he said, you know what, it was one of those weeks in Pyeongchang. We just felt like we were never quite comfortable on the ice, and there was a lot of pressure on our team. No regrets, though. And he said he'd love an opportunity to get back, but he doesn't curl just for the Olympics. He told me he curls to be competitive because he loves the game, he loves the competition, and he loves still playing in the big events.
A few feet less, I think.
So you heard Braden trying to do the same thing, only with a little bit less weight to corner freeze
Weight's good.
onto that Yellowstone.
Close. Talk to me. No, lots of room.
Top 14. Top 14.
Oh, we gotta be
Oh, no, he's trying to utilize the corner. I stand corrected.
Gotta get it buried. No, 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 no.
Yep. Hard.
Good throw.
I think that's pretty good.
Unmissable.
Go, Moss.
Nose is sure close.
2/3.
Nose with a. I think it's.
Looks like it's going right there, hey?
Well, I think it's. You're getting inside it.
Looks like a nose hit really hard.
Yeah, it's probably going to be.
I have to be a little low to make it. But is that smarter than this?
They're both good. Whatever one you're
Or
feeling.
else I just blitz this and hope it kicks in there. I don't like that. I don't mind that a shade low. I might roll in front of
Okay,
this.
let's do it. Let's do it.
I can't. It's hard to hit it too low, right?
Well, lots of thought all the time in decision making, but he does know the angles better than most people. And so Matt Dunstone played the hit and roll, was trying to be flat to not tee up the double if there's any contact made with the Yellowstone. Still has to hit as much as he can see. Rolls the couple of red ones out and leaves the 3, and that is the biggest difference in this game.
That was a great shot in the third end. It is the key shot, brought to you by OK Tire, service, repair, and tires. And you remember, too, he called BJ down, wanted a different look, another opinion on the angles, and obviously they came through with a big 3 on the board. Bang. Wow, stuffed it right on the nose.
Shot. Okay.
Wrong side.
On a quarter, eh?
Yeah, thin quarter, 1/8 to a quarter.
Yeah.
Quarter's perfect.
Bite the fork kind of.
Speed's nice in here, eh?
Yeah.
High fork game. Really nice. Same as you've seen, Matty.
Lock this on good, boys.
You betcha.
Braden taking a good look at those stones.
Yeah, quarters, money.
Quarter's really good. Yep. Here you go, bud.
Matt, one of the players who was able to have a conversation with girlfriend Erin Pincott, who is here for the Scotties. Always great to get some information on what the bubble is like and what it feels like to play in a building without the fans. And obviously no patch or no autograph sessions, no meeting the fans. And everyone, too, Matt, you talk to anyone here, they really miss that. But a part of them also is able to sort of relax a little bit more and have some more downtime.
And your focus becomes curling. You're not pulled in 6 different directions.
T-line back 4.
Okay, well then.
T-line.
Off then. That's too much.
It's getting really close.
Clean.
Top button.
There.
Yep, you got to.
Attaboy.
Well, that's a pretty good shot for Matt. You saw his numbers were maybe not where he wanted to be this morning. Or definitely not where he wanted to be this morning, but a very precise shot.
Good shot, Matty.
I really do feel that Matt is somebody who has transitioned so well, climbing this ladder. Canadian junior men's, that's where we all know him from, and going to the Worlds, but then coming into the Brier, every time we see him, it's better and better. His best finish, well, we saw him in the playoffs last year, and even though this game isn't going the way he wants it to, he is right amongst the leaders.
Want to be in the top 3. You want to make that playoff on the final weekend. We mentioned his junior success. He also won a U-Sport gold for the University of Manitoba Bisons back in 2014. A lot of players talk about that experience helping to elevate them. Brennan Botcher specifically telling me that. It's a great experience.
No, maybe not. I'd be able to spin them both.
Well, he's a great story, but unfortunately the University of Manitoba no longer supports that event, and so for Manitobans trying to bridge that gap between juniors and men's and women's, that is it's a huge missing piece in my home province.
Whoa. Beach.
Kevin Cooey in 5.
Good, Kev.
Yeah, he'll use his own stone.
Is there?
Wow.
I
Who
think
is
it's-
second?
Yeah, I think it's the quiet hit for 2, I think.
I thought we might have been a shade thin, but she nutted her.
I don't know.
Close, yeah.
I think it might be yellow, actually.
I'm glad we don't have a jar up here where I got to fire a loony in every time I'm around.
Well, I'm disappointed because I'd be...
You'd be retired by now. You'd be on a beach. You'd be out of the bubble on a beach. Oh, what is it at Grand Beach in Manitoba, right? Yeah, you'd be just parked there in your glory.
One of the finest beaches in the world. For Matt
Same way,
Dunstone,
boys?
I think that they also believe that it is yellow, and so this is the draw for the single. Well, not a lot of opportunities presented to Matt Dunstone and his team to score 2.
T-line, sweep for T.
And as with the second end, it is all about trying to find a way to get the single.
Just looks at. All right, boys. You're backing. Never leave this. Never leave this thing. Time says you're gonna
Big brush again, and now Moscowio to help a little bit. Got to drag it in for shot stone. A little rub, keep it going.
Good shot. Good sweep, man.
Oh.
I don't think so.
See you guys.
One red.
Oh, I don't think so.
It's yellow.
Yeah, you look at the black circle.
Say, yep. One yellow.
It is one yellow. So another steal for Kevin Cooey. As team wildcard out of the Glencoe in Calgary, up by 6.
The 2021 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you in part by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Scotties, Sponge Towels, Purex and Cashmere, proud sponsors of Canadian curling for 40 years. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by Tim Hortons, get your Tim's run without the run. Order delivery today through the Tim Hortons app.
Canada Olympic Park, legacy of the 1988 Winter Games, and only fitting we have a few Olympic champions in our feature as well, and Ben Hebert, John Morris, and a number of them across the Brier field this year as we look at the numbers after 5, and it's been a tough one for Team Saskatchewan.
Well, it really has. When you look at the numbers, especially the bottom 2 columns where the hit percentages, Saskatchewan's a hitting province, it has been precision hits that have not been made. Kevin Cooey, well, the numbers speak for itself. He has had a wonderful game, and we talked about his ability to score points more than anyone in the field, well on the way to his average of 9 this morning.
After 5, brought to you by AGI, Equipment and Technology Solutions for Agriculture. And that face says it all, as Matt Dunstone will try get some offense going, get some momentum going, as they try to make a push to win that Tankard Trophy. Wildcards rolling. We'll step aside. 6th End next.
We're all very excited to be here. It's something that we feel very grateful for. It's going to be tough. There's no really room for error, and we feel very fortunate and blessed to be able to put on the Northern Ontario colors and compete for a national championship.
They make less mistakes, they make more shots, they're not beating themselves a lot. Really, that's what it comes down to. So it's kind of, limiting your errors and then getting a few timely shots is a huge part of it.
We said it, a critical day here at the Brier, trying to make the championship round that begins Friday. There's your feature. Jason Gunlickson, undefeated 5-0 Manitoba. Brad Jacobs, 4-2 record, the winner in Edmonton back in 2013. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Vic Roeder, Cheryl Bernard, Russ Howard, Kathy Gaucher, as our season of champions continues. And it really is, Kathy, that moving day when it comes to curling, when it comes to the Brier. As different, if you're just joining us for the first time, it's a different format this year, not a page playoff. You have the best record, and that's why this game was so critical, our feature, that head-to-head battle. As Cooey, if he happened to lose to Dunstone, for example, it's that head-to-head matchup that could end up determining if you get right to the final on Sunday, as we saw it in the Scotties with Holman and Anderson.
All of these games matter, but you really care about your head-to-head against the top teams, because those are the ones that obviously you're going to be matched against.
Try it. Sure.
You good with that?
Got a bit of help here.
I guess it worked pretty good the last time we did this.
So you're thinking like hack and lose the shooter?
Yeah. Hacks a lot.
Okay, back
Trade
line.
less.
Wait for this to just
Trade less.
Hey.
Quarter stone.
I like it. Let's try it.
One more.
Yeah.
So looking to chip that stone
Hard.
sideways a little bit.
Oh. Hard.
Wait.
Wait's good.
Hard!
Hard, John. Hard. Hard.
Hard!
Hard on the shooter, Beach. Hard, right up. Get it over there.
Touch ours.
Oh, that's a great shot from Ben Hebert. Sometimes the leads don't get the accolades, but that is a really nice shot for his team. As we'll update Sheet C. There's 1 yellow. There is 2 yellows. And hammer belonging to the guy throwing the yellow. That's Mike Fournier. So that is the intern drop for 3.
And we are not sure how this all came to be, but an opportunity to go ahead of John Epping.
Really positive.
Not a lot of challenge
it's
in
gliding,
terms
guys.
of having to negotiate ports.
Mine's good.
Draw to the paint.
As we continue to mention, you see the 3 losses for Mike, how critical it is to try and pick up the win. Yeah, no problem. Nice draw weight. So 3 on the board.
Why?
Mike Fournier up 6-5.
Hard.
Okay, Deuce. Didn't grab as good with the fresh mop.
Like a thick half.
Half, thick half.
Hit it just off the nose. Get rid of both of the reds in the house.
Yep.
Hard! Hard,
Beach.
Beach.
You got a close one.
Hard!
Get out of there.
Very nice.
Shot, Johnny. Good scrub.
You know, there's a lot of parts to this Cooey team, and you talk about John Dunn, their coach, who's been with Cooey since he started his career way back in basically 2009 and 2010 and winning his first Brier. And there's the alternate, who is Mike Cayone. And Mike doesn't have a lot of curling experience. He's actually their physio and chiropractic guy, and he's been with the team for a long time. Hasn't curled since high school, but during that Nunavut game, they took 6 in the first 10. He actually got in there, got to throw a few stones, and Cooey said they were thrilled that he had a chance because he is a big part of the team. He comes to the Glencoe. He actually will throw a few stones with them as well. So it was a pretty exciting experience and something that he will never forget for sure. And he also joked that, Benny likes a bit of a break too. So it's nice for Benny to get on the bench. So it was pretty cool. And apparently he was saying that, he got 4 of them in the rings too. So there you go. Good for him.
Gotta go, Ben.
Well, fifths are being brought for different reasons, and his, as you said, is for support of the team, not necessarily for his curling ability.
Kevin said they're getting a bit older too. They need the physio a little more as the years go by. As we'll update you on Sheet A, it is Team Canada and Brad Gushue taking on Eddie McKenzie and PEI. As again, you see Gushue comes in the 2 losses, doesn't want to drop to 3.
And it has been a very tenacious PEI team this morning, not giving a whole lot to Brad Gushue, but an opportunity here to open that game up a little bit, a chance to draw for 2 and take a 2-point edge.
14-9.
See Jeff Walker there on the left. He gave the media some perspective. He's got a brand new son, Liam, and he was in quarantine with Laura Walker. And, of course, being a dad in the hotel room, he says this is way easier being out on the ice and having a break from being a dad and getting to do what he loves and curl. Obviously loves being a dad, too, but part of the gig when you're a new father.
It doesn't matter if you touch hers.
Can you sweep this?
And this is just about getting rid of anything that Matt Dunstone can use. You saw that the Saskatchewan team went deep, and it's not in the house, but fully knowing that that's what he will utilize again in the absence of any guards of his own.
Shot, Beach. Get it.
And the Get It was hoping that they would remove all stones from play. Although you could see that red stone at the back, Matt would have an option to freeze down to it, and it would be in the house, his shooter, if he had to.
Back 4 on T-line on its own, so I think what I've been giving you is good, pretty good.
You betcha.
Back 12.
So try to utilize that stone in the 8-foot as a guard and get behind it.
That's light.
Well, it's a huge number on the bottom. The average coming in for Dunstone and his team was just over 4 in terms of their defensive ability and what they gave up. With that 7 today, it does show you that this game is not consistent with the other ones that they've played.
Keep digging for me, buddy. Getting good. Keep digging for me, just go.
And I think you know the message from their coach, Adam Kingsbury, who we've seen many times before, work with Rachel Holman, work with Brad Jacobs, was on this team last year winning bronze. That Adam will say, listen, it's just one game. Just because you've had a tough game, it's 1 loss, and you're still very much in this thing. They've only have 1 loss coming in, and it's all about making that championship round and making the final 3.
No, that's good.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's your scores updated across the sheets of ice. You just saw the Team Canada update as BJ a nice run back.
Nice, Beach.
And Quebec leading by 1 over John Epping. Nice. And it is Newfoundland Labrador with Hammer in control over Nunavut, skipped by Greg Smith.
Should be close, yeah. I think you should give us the same way, Brady.
Is that the same ice as you, Kirk?
I did throw it wider than that. I threw it here.
So kind of, okay, so that's close then.
I think it'll be a...
Yeah, just a sliver less.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
Good goal.
And really important for this Saskatchewan team, and you referred already to Adam. They'll have talked about this. They have another game tonight, and so while this one may feel like it is out of reach at this point, it's just a game. You park that, but you still want to work on your mechanics, and you want to make sure that you've got a great feel of jaw weight and that you're doing all the right things that you can, because tonight's an important game. They'll take on PEI, who's giving Brad Gushu a little bit of a challenge, and teams don't fold their tent because your record is better than them, and so they will need to continue to play really well.
Nice weight, buddy.
And tonight, Cooey will take on Ontario and John Epping.
It was a little wide, but not a foot wide.
Kevin was really happy with the way that the draw worked out for them, having a full day off yesterday, which is so rare at the Brier to have a full day off, but they said they loved it. You know, it was great to unplug from curling a little bit and chill out and get some rest, because he said it's going to be go time going forward starting today. It's going to be a grind against great teams with that championship round looming.
Well, Cheryl talked about it last night, and I am completely on page with what she said, in that these teams we often see exhausted coming into these events. And this year they didn't have the opportunity to be exhausted because there weren't things to play in. And I know that there's points and there's lots of things they chase, but years ago I saw a study that said curlers are some of the worst at rest and recovery and pacing themselves. And we often come into the biggest events of our year the most fatigued.
I think that's got to be close for you.
Real close. Try and get on to 2/3, half.
Love it.
Okay.
So we're just back 4 there?
Yep. I'll be same speed, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're seeing that pretty nice, Matty.
Matt is taking courses through UBC to get his mortgage broker license. I joked they're going to try to take some business away from Kirk, obviously.
Yes.
Wherever he can.
Seen a broom last mosque.
Also had a chance with the pandemic. He was able to give back a bit too. Did some junior camps for curlers in Saskatchewan. Some Zoom stuff as well with Curl Manitoba. And he's still a young guy himself. It's nice to see, though, already giving back to the sport.
Line's real good. Sweeping for T.
Go on to right now.
You don't have to. Don't have to.
Line's good.
T's the weight. T's the weight.
Line's good.
Perfect line.
T line.
Hard line.
It's back T.
We're right on here.
Gotta go line.
Go.
Hard line.
Keep it coming. We got a nice one.
Weight's
coming
really
here.
good. Weight's T line.
Gotta go, Kirk.
Hard.
Whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa.
How's that?
That is nice. That is frozen. That is shot stone.
Nice, Matty.
Atta boy.
Well, the perfect freeze.
One of the toughest shots in curling.
Nice
Great
throw.
sweep, guys.
Oh boy.
Kind of the,
One, two, three, four. What does John Epping have? An outturned draw to limit the damage?
Yeah, this is so precise. Everything is buried.
Well, we got to go to the side of it.
The one behind the corner, he has to tap a little bit. But even then, I don't know how he can get shot. This is going to be a really tough shot, I believe, to concede one and go down 2.
What you got? Line's close. Yep.
Quebec 20 stolen points this week already, and looking to steal a few more. What has John Epping got in his pocket? Final stone.
Oh
wow, look at the shot in feature.
Jeepers.
And he will crash. My goodness, that is a steal of 3 for Mike Fournier. So Mike doing what he has to do to keep his hopes alive. And what can you say about that Kevin Cooey shot, that up weight? My goodness, just picked it right across country, across the house and out.
Well, you even heard Matt Dunstone say it's a perfect freeze. I agreed with Matt. It was as good as he could have made it. But look at that. It just grazes it sideways. Part of that is these rocks that are just so lively, but it is also about big weight accuracy.
Right there. That's true. But you had to hit it thin. Like if you hit that with a half a stone.
Thought that was for the fans always.
There you saw a shot of John Dunn in the background.
These guys maybe now.
As Kevin says, when you got a lot of strong personalities on your team, sometimes you need to get a guy that gets you to communicate. And that's the guy, John Dunn, helping him. He said John knew nothing about curling when they started. Picked him up actually back when he played with Blake McDonald years ago. Blake's wife and Heather Nedowin was working with John Dunn, and the rest is history. They're together, and he's a big part of this unit. As the final stone on the way here from Matt Dunstone. Trying to get draw weight going, and he's got it. A nice draw, and he'll get his one.
Makes sense. We'll keep going, guys.
As it is still all wild card. Kevin Cooey up 7-2 with hammer here in Calgary. A dominant morning for the four-time Brier champ, which brings us to the game story brought to you by Tim Hortons. Get your Tim's run without the run. Order delivery today through the Tim Hortons app.
Well, we talked about Kevin Cooey's ability to score. A brilliant shot in 3 really puts him up, and then stealing again in the next end. So hard to come back on Kevin Cooey, and look at those numbers. Brilliant.
As he continues to roll, and a good chance to be one of the top seeds and cruise into the championship round, which begins on Friday. We're going to move over now to Sheet A and check in on the defending champs. Brad Gushue, Skip Stones, Gushue. Little double, trying to move those yellows around.
Well, he's trying to get that double right out so that his other red one might have been a factor, but he also set up an opportunity for Tyler Smith.
Unless I could throw it twice as hard.
So it is
I only went by
Tyler Smith skipping today for Eddie McKenzie, who is on the bench in a 4-2 advantage for Team Canada.
We need, what was
as Brad Gushue, the red stones, PEI, the yellow stones.
No.
And you see it, the
just like a
double opportunity to tie things up at 4 here in 7.
Just a heavy control.
So just trying to get a tick
9-5.
redirect to bring his third shot stone into play for 2.
It's like quarter rock.
Tyler playing with Sean Ledgerwood and Brian Lowry, Aaron Bartling.
Easy.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Girl.
Whoa. Curl.
Final stone here in 7.
Girl.
Ledgerwood trying to get it to curl. Want to stick it, and he will. What a shot. What a double. As Tyler Smith ties it up against the defending champs.
We talked often that when somebody like the skip goes out of rotation, there's a lot of uncomfort or discomfort with the team, but they're just meshing so well this morning. Wonderful shot.
I guess we got a minute and a half.
Halfway down, we got
a minute and a half.
Pretty calm customer. As he's giving the defending champs a pretty good run here at Winsport Arena in Calgary. Welcome back inside Winsport Arena as we've moved over to Team Canada and Prince Edward Island in a 4-4 tie. And we saw the beautiful double from Tyler Smith to pick up 2 in the 7th end. So here in 8, it is Team Canada, Red Stones with hammer.
Okay.
Well, some very good numbers by both leads. Edge to Jeff Walker this morning. But when you've got an alternate coming off the bench trying to adjust to weights, especially at the lead position, still some pretty good numbers at 86%.
Less than you had.
Line's good.
Gotta go, Vic.
Line's fine.
And Sean Ledgerwood in his 5th Brier appearance.
Hard, right?
Halfway.
Hard, keep going. As far as it goes.
Made his debut back in 2004 in Saskatoon as a lead for Mike Goody. Last saw him in 2018 in Regina with Eddie McKenzie.
Yeah, do this for now.
Again, the edge to Team Canada will be interested to see where the biggest difference is. We saw a 10% advantage with Jeff Walker, a 10% advantage with Brett Gallant.
Line's good.
Yeah, I think we're good. Top 4.
Line's good. Clean.
Top 4.
Don't need to yet. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's all there.
Yeah, not curling.
Back 4.
Oh, we don't want there.
It's
rounded, I think. No, just let it.
No, it's heavy.
Let it sit.
Curl and set.
And it will settle for shot stone for Brett Gallant.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Meantime, it is broom taps, which is what we got here in Calgary during this pandemic world with COVID. And Greg Smith, Newfoundland Labrador, picking up the 9-2 victory over Team Nunavut.
Easy. Easy. Room.
Just
Lots
stop
of
it.
room. Whoa. Got a lot of line.
John trying to get back on
Starting to
top.
come in now, yeah. Easy.
After
Easy.
the Team
Can't
Canada
bounce.
stone did not completely
Can't bounce.
curl enough.
Go then, yep. Yep.
Ryan Lowry on the brush.
Hard. Great
making
shot.
his Brier debut with his skipper Tyler Smith, and they were teammates playing Canadian juniors together for years.
Pretty precise. You want to guess?
Nope.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going yellow just based on the outside of the rock rather than the pinhole because it's hard to see.
Listen, we still got a long time in this bubble. Why don't we get the jar out tomorrow? I'll get the loonies and we'll start this thing. What do you think?
Yeah, after you're down $25.
Well, who's counting though, right?
Apparently me.
Real good.
Look at that. Just
Wow,
picks
that's
it
great.
right off.
Far, but
That's very good.
I thought it would spring a little further.
Yeah.
Still PEI lying the two without hammer.
Yeah, a little hot on my last couple of draws,
Now with a tie game and without hammer, Tyler could for sure elect to hit. He could hit and roll underneath that center guard to minimize stones. Oops, stand corrected. Sorry, I apologize. He is yellow. No need to do that.
I think it's there.
Line's okay. Where? Whoa. 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 Whoa, Ryan. Never you, Ryan.
So Aaron Bartling actually lives in Drayton Valley, Alberta. He is a firefighter, and he actually represented Alberta with John Morris at the Canadian Firefighters Curling Championship back in 2011, winning a gold medal with John. And competed many times, and a couple of golds with John Morris skipping him. Not a bad teammate to have.
No. And again, the edge
Yeah.
to Team Canada.
We can always come off it too, Jeff.
The other option, Mark, to make sure we score is angle this in here. It might spin in here.
Okay.
It might make the double.
Sure.
I think that might even be smarter.
Well, the hidden objective there is you open it up.
Half to a thick half.
Thick half? Okay.
Yeah, a thick half will get it coming in here somewhere.
Okay.
I like this, Mark.
Yeah,
So running that tight guard back, you at least to be able to run it into the side one that Brad's asking for. Mark will roll his shooter off towards the corner and open up the path to the 4-foot and eliminate a stone. Or two.
Whoa, 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 oh.
Mark Nichols, 1-2, rolls it in the crotch and right over it.
Right in between. Good throw.
So close.
A little more.
So he
Roll
gets
on
the
top.
angle and objective, but that roll, if it stops now,
Just control.
perfect.
Like 10. Yep. Whoa. Control. Yep.
So Aaron being asked to play the hit. In the meantime, let's check in on Epping and Fournier. And for John Epping with hammer, it is the intern hit to pick up 2.
Well, I looked over there earlier. Ontario leaving a lot of granite around, was in a little bit of trouble, but a couple of good shots put them in this position to score 2. Would still trail by 2 without, though, going to 9.
Keep going, Matt. Good sweep.
And there you go, 2 on the board, 9-7. Quebec leads with hammer in 9. And you look at that 4-1 record for John Epping. It's been a grind. It's been a grind so far for them. They've really had to be battle tested in a lot of those wins that they have picked up.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Back to our feature, Mark Nichols
Hard.
delivering.
Whoa. Jeff. Jeff. Hard, Jeff. Stay with it, Brett. Roll it over. Roll it, roll it,
Little
roll it.
tap, roll it on that yellow the other way.
Never gave it a chance.
Sorry. Light.
Let's keep the updates rolling. This was our feature to start this morning. Kevin Cooey, team wildcard number 2. Matt Dunstone, team Saskatchewan.
Clean.
Looking to improve to 6-0 is Kevin Cooey this morning.
Clean. Clean.
We're just nosing just to score points.
Clean.
Yep.
You're good.
Shot.
On the noise, and the noise, it did make noise. Yeah. It's a single. It is one.
Like that.
As Kevin Cooey. 8-2 after 7.
That's easier than the pick.
Well, you heard Mark say I didn't give it a chance. Just underthrown in terms of weight. Was hoping to roll right over in front of the PEI stone. But it is wide open for Tyler.
Hard.
Hard for
Whoa,
nose.
whoa,
Hard,
roll
hard,
in a little
roll
bit. Roll in.
Tyler Smith, a little roll as he will lie 3. There's a little pocket, though, as Tyler, just 22 years of age, making his Brier debut. We saw him in Langley, BC in 2020 at the juniors. More recently, a 6-5 record, a couple times above 500. Also competed in Alberta back in 2013 in Fort McMurray.
I didn't want to know I was leaving the trickle.
And let's do some player comparisons. They're brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
So right through the order, Team Canada was 10%, 10%, 20%, and again 20% better. So with a tie game, what it's telling you is that Team Canada is having a very good outing this morning, but it has been the timing of shots that have been made or missed that have resulted in a tie game. And for Tyler, did not particularly want to roll like that and create that mini wall for Brad Gushue.
Terrible then if it's that much.
Since 2016, the
let it try to dig.
Heck Gervais Award, the Brier playoff MVP, 14. Has gone to either Gushue or Cooey, and Gushue winning it in 3 of the last 4 years. Little tap, that is shot stone.
Sorry, guys.
But a chance to force here for PEI and Tyler Smith.
And that may be an example of what this game has been like, that when there have been opportunities, even though the Team Canada numbers are better, for Brad Gushue, if he's right on top, this is so precise for Tyler Smith.
Make sure we save the shooter.
But instead, by bouncing off,
big blast everything, then he's got the blank, right? So
a relatively simple shot.
Even if it clips the back one.
To get rid of it.
Force right now, though, so. Just a shade more, Aaron. Yeah.
Asking Aaron Bartling just for a little more ice with his final stone on the way in a 4-4 tie.
Yep. Whoa, hard. Yep, hard. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Roll it.
Hits it, rolls it. And very nice.
Nice. If Tyler rolls out there, there was the potential for a triple. You saw Mark Nichols waiting to hopefully sweep it out, but would not be. And so now, not only is it a force, but it's a tough force.
Need a good chunk of the button, you boys.
This will give us a good indication of the slide path on this sheet of ice, sheet A.
Well, he's not going to be able to up his efficiency with hammer facing 4.
He's been on one of the more consistent skips over the last few years. You talked about the Brier titles.
No backing.
Since 2015, it's either Botcher or Jacobs or Gushue, first team skip All-Stars.
It's not curling. It's not curling.
Line's good.
Needs a great draw here. Final stone in 8. Under some pressure from PEI.
Shot, Brad.
It's got to sit, and it will, and that is the draw of a champion. A pressure shot right to the button, and a single. As Team Canada see Jules Ochar. One of those days. It's 5-4, Gushue. Welcome back to our Tim Hortons Brier coverage here in Calgary. And a beautiful draw by the defending champ, Brad Gushue, right to the button to pick up that single in 8. So here in 9, it is PEI throwing the yellow rocks with hammer.
Similar weight. Whoa. Leave your hair last. Whoa. Whoa.
And it's Ryan Lowry delivering here for PEI.
No.
Kathy, you have to think, as Tyler Smith, if you're just joining us, is skipping the team today for Eddie McKenzie, who is on the bench in this game. What a thrill to be taking on the defending champ. You grow up in Eastern Canada. He's still a young guy. He's just 22 years of age. So what? He would have been about 7 or 8 when Brad Gushue won that Olympic gold medal. It's got to be a pretty exciting game for him.
For sure. I think that any time that you get to an event like this and you're playing your heroes, your legends. We even heard Mark Martin talk about how his dad battled with Wayne Middaugh and how it was an honor to be out there. These are people that have really made their mark on our sport. And so to be on the same sheet with them and to be in a game where you're forcing this Team Canada team in a really tight game, I'm sure that he'll be talking about this for a long time.
Good, good.
Nice shot. Single peel's fine. Whoa, whoa.
Sean Ledgerwood lives in Cornwall, PEI.
Yep.
Just got straight peel.
Yep. Roll it out, roll it out.
Right out.
Sean played in a Canada Winter Games back in 1987. Of course, a year before the Olympic Games here in Calgary, Canada Olympic Park. That is our venue, Winsport Arena.
Clean it.
It doesn't look.
No, line's fine, guys.
Look heavy. It's light.
We'll see Brett play mixed doubles with Jocelyn Peterman at the Home Hardware Canadian Mixed Doubles Curling Championship.
Trying to get this over, won a long guard.
Come on. Come on. Good brush.
Wow, what a team effort.
Nice shot.
And it's a great guard. You can see there's no double to run. If you do, you leave your shooter. So well done, but a huge, huge effort by everyone involved.
Earning it on this Wednesday morning.
Yep.
And I will say that is something we have seen more at this Brier than I've ever seen before, Brian, is skips coming out to sweep. And I think sometimes that may be injuries. Sometimes that is understanding that your players just haven't been doing this much sweeping for a long time and they might need some help.
And there is Eddie McKenzie, who's taking this morning off, looking on.
And whether it's injury, we're not sure, but clearly well, he's on the bench, and so that's a good sign.
Oh, that's there. That's there.
Wait, don't wait. It's going to need a curl.
I saw Eddie in Regina, 2018, a 3-5 record.
No, it'll get there. It'll get there. Just as long as it's touching center line. Whoa. Leave it high. Good.
Sorry.
So Aaron Bartling again.
Whoa.
Trying to clean things up. PEI with hammer down by 1 here in 9.
Okay.
And bang, 1 guard removed.
Well, for PEI, we'll continue to do that, but the placement of that stone by Team Canada is in such a good spot. For Tyler, there is room to draw if he needs to, but is really hoping that at some point Team Canada will put a guard either on a stagger or close enough that he can make the double.
Line's good.
And the first time we saw Team Canada on the men's format,
this one
2015.
Doesn't need to curl. Stay down, Brett.
And Team Canada won that year. It was in Calgary as well.
Over and off.
It's picking.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
Okay. I think it's good enough.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Brad.
Okay.
We're talking about it picking, whether it was getting a little bit soft in that slide path, and we've talked about that. It is impossible for Greg Owasco and his great ice crew to make ice that is going to withstand all the slides that come from the pre-game practices and the game. And so sometimes it starts to get a little bit almost flat. The pebble wears down, and so that you get a little bit of a picking motion. And by it over curling, Tyler hitting out the closer one, because with that long guard, you can see that if this guard is not made, that stone is very accessible.
All right, Sheet C update time, and it is Quebec up 9-7. This in the 9th end, and Epping has 2 in the house, so this is the intern draw. I think if you just touch the 4-foot, you're good for your single, and away goes Mike Fournier.
Well, a really good blast by John Epping on his final stone to remove a couple of Quebec counters and to leave those 2 red stones there and to force or to steal potentially.
Meantime in our feature, skip stones on the way. The first from Brad Gushue.
Well, saying that the timing on the stopwatch is good. And it is.
Lovely draw weight to the button. And so Epping in tough, coming home in 10, down by 3 with hammer. As Brad Gushue continues to clog
Just
up the front.
Light. It's half rock overburied, so it's.
Okay.
Even if you just tap it and roll wide open, you're going to have an easier one.
Yeah. Think I can get to here, Sean, and just tap this back here? Might be better. Well, no.
I would still like the out.
It's about the same either turn. Either that or it's draw here. What's he do if we draw here? Yeah.
Well,
And then we have the same shot for.
You could get to here.
Well,
What do you like, Kathy? You want to beat him in there and try your draw weight out?
I kind of like
could
this
double
more
peel the
than I like
guards.
trying. That's pretty tough to get to tap it.
Sure.
Get here and
Piece of the button.
hopefully we get lucky.
That's your polite way of saying you don't agree with my
Well,
idea.
it's not that I don't. If he makes it perfect, it's great. But
right here.
the way those stones are staggered up front, you can. Brad Gushue's kind of frowning in the background, kind of curious. So you can double peel those guards. They're set up at an angle. And for sure, Brad Gushue will then have to decide. He probably bites the top of the house or is a short guard. And then you can play your draw for one. But if this is not made perfectly, there's an opportunity for Brad Gushue to wrap again and lie 2.
Is there not more room with the out turn try, or is this a case of knowing this path better?
It may very well be that. Just because we haven't been here, not sure what his preference has been, how many draws they've thrown
right
each
now.
way.
Line's okay,
Line's
though.
getting better.
Line's good.
Line's close.
Just right on tee,
Line.
Ryan. Yep.
Hard line. Hard. Hard, DT, hard.
And we probably fucked it up.
Meantime, over on Sheet B, Dunstone Cooey. It was our feature to start this morning, and it's been all Kevin Cooey. And again, it looks like Cooey is lying 2 with 1 to come from Matt Dunstone.
Well, for Matt, he has the button, and that is what he's aiming at.
And you saw in our feature just a little bit light for Tyler Smith. It is still shot stone, Brad Gushue. Final stone on the way for Dunstone. Now calls British Columbia home.
Go away. Just weight's pretty good. Gotta go. Yep, gotta go here.
Needs a big scrub to get it by the yellow stone, and will rub and will spin, and it will be a steal. And game over.
Like a steal of 2.
Good luck, Beast.
One's not a great position, though.
As Kevin Cooey, team wildcard number 2 out of the Glencoe in Calgary. Another victory, 6-0.
Benny, my boy.
How the mitts?
As They are cruising. And they'll be rolling into that championship round of 8.
You want cash or you want?
I'll take cash, John, if you're delivering. Just straight up to the booth. Thank you.
Well, if we're going to do that, I just assume lob one in here and make sure, well, the only thing, if I play it, Brett, and I just chisel it in, then he gets draws for 2. So if we're not going to play this, I just think we lob one in here.
Do you want it?
No, it doesn't. It's just we haven't played anything down this path.
Okay. Do you want to move it, or do you just want to put it in?
No, let's do this.
Okay.
Play the right shot.
So they talked about you tap up our stone a little bit more, but this is what he's looking at, is making sure that there's nothing that happens that he gives up to. And it's also, if he can get to the face of the stone and across.
It's not getting to the nose, Mark. Roll it as, or getting inside the nose, I should say.
If he can get to the inside of the nose. Now Tyler Smith is drawing against 2, but you heard him also say, if I'm not going to get to the inside, roll it far the other way, so it's nothing that Tyler Smith can hit and roll in off of to get shot.
Just act. Weight's good. Clean. Whoa, Brett. Gotta go, Brett.
Gotta go, Brett.
Hard, Brett.
Really gotta go. Whoa, Jeff. Hard, Jeff. Shooter, Brett. Shooter.
Hard, Mark. Hard.
Tapping the yellow, and how far and far enough.
Okay.
We adhere.
Ran a lot straighter than I thought it would.
As Team Canada lies 2, and there's no double available, so it will be the cold draw for a single.
Well, and Tyler taking a little bit more ice than he did on his first.
I took broom width more ice, maybe even close to 2 broom widths.
And that could do different results. You're getting a little bit further out there. It may run a little bit longer, and therefore the weight could be a little quicker.
Felt good.
Some wonderful numbers on draws.
Line's good. Just full 4, guys. Easy.
Room right now.
Okay, line's okay.
Line's okay.
Full
T.
4. You get.
Line's okay. Sweep for
Go
T.
then. Go, Ryan.
It's got a curl.
Hard, Ryan.
Got a curl.
Hard.
Got a curl. Hard.
Hard, Ryan.
Hard.
Final story 9 and a big scrub to try get it there for shot Stone.
Keep going.
A little more curl, a little more weight, and did they drag it enough? I don't think so. Yeah, the one red. So a steal for Brad Gushue and Team Canada, barely. Great try as they dragged it, and just a centimeter short as Gushue leads by 2. Welcome back to Winsport Arena as you look at Brad Gushue making his 18th Brier appearance, and for Tyler Smith, appearance number 1. As it's youth versus experience for sure, and tip of your cap to Tyler Smith, who's given Brad Gushue a pretty tough game this morning. It is Team Canada leading by 2, 6-4. PEI, though, with hammer, down by 2, throwing the yellow stones here in 10.
Well, Tyler Smith said he took 2 broom heads more of ice. He wanted to make sure he got by, but it ran a little bit longer, and he didn't get the finish, but he had great weight on that last stone. But it just didn't curl enough.
Good. Easy. Line's fine. Right here.
Ryan Lowry leads stones
good.
for Prince Edward Island.
Just clean. Easy.
Trying to double up on the corners.
Just a little, yep. Go, right.
Halfway, maybe a little deeper.
A lot of talk about the juniors and coming up. Well, this young man played for PEI in junior.
Yeah, all
Brett
there.
Gallant.
Half.
It's a little deeper now. Yep.
It's amazing how the time flies, Kathy. You see these young men and women compete. And good on Brad Gushu in bringing the ultimate Ryan McNeil Lambswood, who lost the Canadian junior file to Jacques Gauthier, your son, and had a great junior career, now getting a taste of the Brier as an alternate for one of the best to ever play.
And I love this story because we called Brad Gushu last year during the final, and he tuned in to watch this young man play. And as a result of watching them play this year, when Jeff Walker wasn't able to travel, that's who they picked up to play in a couple of events. So not only did that Canadian final, although heartbreaking, obviously, for Newfoundland and Labrador, it opened some doors to other opportunities. And now here he is a year later at his first Brier.
Whoa. We have a piece of it?
Yeah, it'll be buried.
It's amazing, the alternates. They'd be a pretty good team. You got your son, Jacques Gauthier, here from Manitoba. Tyler Tardy, three-time Canadian champion in junior with BC.
Ryan?
That was impressive to get it there. I guess we got to do this, eh?
Yeah.
Halfway up.
Well, no way to get that Yellowstone. Need to protect.
Keep a brush down, Jeff.
Got a little more line.
Half.
This is just past half. Whoa. It's going to need some curl, Mark. Just past half. Broom length short. Whoa. 3 feet short. Whoa, whoa. Can't be able to roll in off this, guys. Yep, gotta go, gotta go. Gotta close the hole. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
All right.
And updates continuing, and literally time and lack of rocks is not on the side of Ontario and John Epping, as Mike Fournier looking to improve to 4-3 at the Brier.
And he's just trying to eliminate the red stone that John Epping might have been able to use to somehow get into the house. Just make it mathematically impossible.
Good luck, Mike.
Good luck, John. Thanks.
Game, boys.
And that'll do it. Game over. So
good game, guys.
Quebec can enjoy the rest of the day off, and Team Ontario right back to work tonight versus Kevin Cooey, undefeated Team Wildcard 2.
Good job, Mikey.
This is their signature shake.
Bye, boys.
Okay, Mikey.
Still alive, boys.
Yeah, they are. They are. That's the key.
Halfway. Halfway. Past half. Yep.
Line's good.
Line's good. Stay down on it.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Go ahead.
Hard then.
Go ahead.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard. Right to center line. Right to center.
Hard.
Line. Go, 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 go.
Hard.
Oh, I don't want to tuck. I want to tuck because I think he might be able to get at it with the out.
Sure.
So just 4 stones remaining here in 10 for PEI. As Aaron Bartling delivers, trying to generate 2 points or more here in 10.
No, I think you're through. No, you're through. Okay.
And that is a tough one. 13 players here making their Brier debuts, and sometimes you wonder, all of a sudden the cameras move over and the bright lights, and it's
I think
just you on a single sheet of ice, nobody in here.
Yeah, and then he runs
and
it
you
back.
wonder if
He's
there's
out
a
in
little
front,
bit of nerves or adrenaline here in
so
10.
We got 3 rocks left.
Well, I don't know that it's the cameras as much as it is single sheet. If you have not played in that kind of environment, I know there's no people in the crowd, but it is daunting. Now you hear pins drop. If they do, all focus is on you.
Okay, line's good.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Line's good.
Go ahead, Jeff.
You get into this environment, it's something that Team Canada is
You gotta
very
go
used to.
Hard for line.
Hard.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Stay down. Stay down. Bounce it.
Bounce it.
Bounce it. Bounce it.
Ugh. Is that me? Okay. Sorry.
Got to open it up, I think, anyway.
The biggest challenge for PEI is not scoring
Sit,
one, but needing to score two.
Hair high.
And there's just very little real estate able to get those 2 points. So trying to open things up and give himself a shot.
Hard! Whoa, that's good.
Sit.
Okay.
So the Reds fly, leaves the shooter, centerline guard, and Gushu looking to maybe come in and tuck another one in the house.
Lock it on the face is ideal.
And you heard Tyler say sit because he wanted that guard to stay as
Anywhere
far
short
to
of
the
that is
right of the
fine,
line
too.
as he could as you look at it so that he can always run it back.
What I'm seeing with the ice is it's the same speed if you throw it positive.
Yep.
If it's soft,
It'll be an interesting combination in the
Don't
home
mind a little
hardware
less,
Canadian
Mark.
mixed doubles with Kerry Einarson, 2-time now Scotties champ, teaming up with Brad Gushu. Kerry admitting, though, she hasn't played a lot of mixed doubles, so it's going to be such a fun event. I love mixed doubles. I love the format. It's so fast. Rocks in play. You have the power play that you can bring into play.
Can.
Looking forward to bringing you that coverage.
Mine's good.
Starts a week from tomorrow here on
Mine's
TSN.
perfect. Play the weight.
And we've certainly seen some of the rounding out of players because
Go
of
then.
mixed
Go
doubles,
ahead.
the ability to throw those in between
Mine's
combination shots.
Lock it on, guys.
Wait, line's great. Line's
Trying
great.
to get
line's
right
great.
to the face.
And he'll lock it on, and man, I don't know how Tyler Smith is going to get a chance
Good
for
brush.
2 here in 10. As they will call a timeout, and Eddie McKenzie will come out to the
Or
ice.
do we run the center in first?
Can you see enough of it?
I could probably see enough of it to make it. But we could play. We could run that one into it if we can nut it there.
one too, because
even if you only get rid of one, it might open up something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and it might chisel this to here. I might have something.
Yeah.
I mean, it might
Because
jam on
remember,
that.
that's still in play.
Yeah.
I
I think we have to.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah. I like Peel to try and get that to gear out of there a bit, right?
Looking at 2 options. They initially looked at running this one back,
It's like
and they've looked at running this one back as well.
I thought Eddie lifted his glasses. It might look better with the with the glasses on. It's a tough situation. It's a tough situation right now for PEI to try generate here.
And I think the reason that they're going with this one is Tyler feels that if he hits it and gets right to the nose, he may also move the back one. This is not about the double. There's no double with those 2 the way they are. But you can get rid of the back one, and you might actually scooch the one that you hit on the nose out to the right into the open.
I haven't heard a scooch from you in a while. That's
Well,
great. Look at you.
First scoochable moment.
And that's pretty cool. Look at who he got to skip against.
Super.
In Kui and Gushu. They've combined to win the last 5 as he'll drive it back. Maybe get lucky. Gets the one red. Will that stop? Oh, just spills out.
I think it did, yeah.
You just draw over here.
Yeah, or hit this. Just rip this anywhere low, and we're okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that center line run
Middle
back.
of the
I
rock
don't know
will
how
feel.
you get rid of both, but the angle one that they're going to remove, that's
Might
the
as well
one that
just
if
try
you
and make the
hit
run,
it
but-
on the right angle with the right weight, you could see both of those red disappear.
Just a shade low.
Want to
then?
stay close to the nose, though, Mark, because if we roll all the way over, he might be able to play in off it, and you know what I
Okay.
mean?
So nose.
Yeah, close to nose. A little low is certainly okay.
And it's not important that he peels it out. It's important that he removes the yellow
One
stone
more.
that could be run in.
Yep.
Clean. Whoa.
Clean. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Brad Gushu, his final in 10. Eliminates the yellow.
Okay.
And I just don't even know if there's a shot.
I don't know how you make that double by running it back. Just don't see both red going.
Not unless I slide wide and hook it. I mean, we'll try it, but I don't think it goes anyway.
No.
You got to go, what, red, yellow, and hope to get lucky. I mean, I don't
because
think
you can't get right to the nose with big weight of the yellow stone because of where the red one is. So that's why you have to go red, yellow.
Top red
but
goes,
even still, even if that red one wasn't there, I don't know that both of those go.
Yeah, it's edge on edge.
I think it was the last time, I think it was in Calgary, actually, where I was with David Nedewin, and Gushu had a shot in 10, and we didn't even think it existed, and he somehow made it to get the win. You'll see it in the curling top 10 shows on TSN. As Tyler Smith, he needs a miracle. Final stone in 10. Run it back, and he just drives it by, and it'll be a steal of 2 more for Brad Gushu.
Thanks. Game, Sean. Good luck.
And Team Canada. But tip your hat to Tyler Smith, the youngster in his Brier debut. He made a game of it. That score, don't let it fool you. It was a lot closer game than what that 8-4 tells you. And a smile for the defending champ. Here are the standings. 2 teams still undefeated. Gunlickson Pool A, Cooey Pool B. And man, just keep in mind the top 4 from each pool qualify for the championship round. You need a record of at least 500 to qualify for a tiebreaker. If you need that, it'll start on Friday, that championship round. So some critical games coming up on this day 6, this Wednesday at the Tim Hortons Brier. Another win for Team Canada. We'll step aside and wrap up our coverage from Calgary next.
The 2021 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you in part by Purex Bathroom Tissue, the only soft-sorbent one. By Home Hardware, here's how. By OK Tire and BKT Tires. And by Tim Hortons. Get your Tim's run without the run. Order delivery today through the Tim Hortons app.
We're all very excited to be here. It's something that we feel very grateful for. It's going to be tough. There's no really room for error, and we feel very fortunate and blessed to be able to put on the Northern Ontario colors and compete for a national championship.
They make less mistakes, they make more shots, they're not beating themselves a lot. Really, that's what it comes down to. So it's kind of, limiting your errors and then getting a few timely shots is a huge part of it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your feature this afternoon on TSN as the Tim Hortons Brier continues here in Calgary. Jason Gunlickson, 5-0 record, undefeated. Brad Jacobs trying to get some momentum. He's at 4-2 as they have their eyes on the championship round of 8, which begins on Friday. That's later on today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on TSN. Vic Rauter, Cheryl Bernard, Russ Howard, Kathy Gauthier as the season of champions continues here in the curling capital, Calgary, under the bubble. Thanks for watching our coverage. The morning draw here on TSN. We will see you this afternoon for the Brier.